I love him. All right, we are live, and he's gone. All right, let's see if there's feedback or if he muted it.
No, it's going to be me. I'm going to be the one doing it because I got to mute mine. There we go. Mute. All right.
We got the on the big screen.
Oh, nice.
But we got to have the chat.
I've got the chat on mine, but you'll have to figure that one out as well.
Yeah. I'll have to wait for him.
We got Jared. We got John. We got a bunch of other folks coming in.
Oh, so it's been good.
Good. I'm glad. I'm really pleased you're down there. I'm glad you guys are hanging out and everything's kind of working out nicely. It was good for you.
All going well. We'll soft launch Amy's app on Saturday.
Well, that's freaking awesome. That's like seriously freaking cool.
Yeah, pretty excited about that. And then she's got a big conference she's doing in March. I've got a bunch of stuff lined up for the next couple of weeks, giving a bunch of talks, getting in the swing of things.
I got I'm trying to think. Jen's heading off to Saturday down to she's heading down to Arizona, so she's heading to Phoenix and Tucson with the horses for a couple of weeks. I get to hang out and cause chaos on my own for 2 weeks, so God's only knows what's. Would you stop that shit? You're fucking with the bloody God. Can you stop it?
Oh
yes,
I'm not doing it.
I know which bloody Muppet's doing it. The shorter, hairier beard.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking with the focus. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know shit. It's fuck. Don't do it because he's screwing my eyes up. He's a pain in. Would you make him? Is he
back through the TV? Hold on, I gotta turn
over caffeinated.
There we go. All right, muted that. So I heard you're going down to Tucson.
I'm gonna try and get down to. Jen's got stuff at both Phoenix as a training thing and a few other things, and then down in Tucson, she's got some other stuff going on.
Nice.
So I'm gonna try and do both. I'm gonna try and get down to both areas and go hang out. At least try and get down to Pima College. I should be down there. Not next week, maybe the week after next or something like that. But I'm hoping, if I get down to Pima College, it'd be totally cool.
Nice. Trying to figure out how to maximize a window on a Mac.
Hit the so if you highlight the window,
hold on, here we go.
Green button.
Yeah. Yeah, they say they're supposed to be easy, but no.
They are easy if you use them properly.
Well, I mean, no.
It's no, but yeah. They are easy. They're nice. I like my Macs. Although I'm pissed. I'm actually, fuck it. I'm going to vent for a second and fuck him.
This guy.
I know. God's helping.
Get me out over my shoulder shit, man. I'm used to looking at you, this way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, not from behind. I'm going to do with him. Actually, where's my bloody light on? Turn the lights up a bit.
What are we talking about?
Nothing. We can't do sensible talks when you're bouncing around like an over-caffeinated fucking squirrel on steroids.
This is one of his diving maneuvers. Missed it. Chris, look at the screen.
Oh my God, really? Oh, bless. He's gone.
That's good.
We've lost him. We've lost him. What was I trying to do? I'm going to change the colors on the screen.
Yep. Get blood on the floor.
Okay, let's get down to brass tacks.
Well, Chris was.
We've been trying to do that.
Well, now you know what it feels like every time we do one of my episodes, you fuckers.
Is that what we got? We have revenge podcasting going on.
I don't know what we're doing.
That's it. Fuck it. Next time he's on, I'm bringing on. I'm gonna. Oh, I know what I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna wear the mask that almost got me kicked out of RSA because they didn't want to admit that there was a possible pandemic going on.
Yeah.
Oh, you are the old
I wore
school.
the proper, the 1800 the proper mask, and RSA was like, we'd rather you didn't wear that. We don't want to alert people to something that might not be an issue. Like, hey, buddies, 2 years later, motherfuckers. Yeah.
Okay.
It is what it is. Bless them. They were just trying to do what they knew at the time, and I will not hold that. And they were very, very nice about it. So if I do it, I'll put rainbow colors on it or something. And sparkles. That always seems to make everybody happy.
Good. Cover him.
Oh, hey, has your package arrived yet?
It's right there.
Not that package, you muppet.
Oh,
There
no.
should be a box on its way to you, or it should be with you with diving equipment in it.
Was it DHL? Because I saw the DHL guy earlier.
There's DHL here.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah. I
Is
don't
it
know
a box?
I saw him on the road when I was going to the Oxford.
I have no clue how it got sent. I packed it up. I gave it to Trish, and Trish hopefully sent it. So I have no clue. But there should be a box on its way, or there.
No, I haven't seen it.
Let me check with Trish and see where she sent it.
We're getting fiber down here in 3 weeks.
Ooh, what's the you getting it? They do fiber to the house, or they putting a fiber loop in, and then you just go obviously going to take a spur off of it.
Fiber to the house.
Oh, nice! Pretty.
The whole what do you call it? The temporary resident visa thing. I somehow might have convinced them that I'm the mayor.
Sold it.
Oh no!
So we're getting fiber now. That's cool.
Oh gosh! Oh, that's hilarious. You're gonna have your own. Oh shit! That's joking in life. Oh,
It's good hanging out with this guy, except for you got to stop being sick.
I don't know what to tell you. Hey, at least this time all my guts are staying on the inside.
Yeah, what the fuck? Every time you come down here, something happens.
Because that's what life happened. You see, the blessings I get are always offset with balance.
That's true.
You can't live a perfect life. And since I live such a good life, I have to pay my dues. And thankfully it's things like ear infections and not, having a leg gnawed off by a tiger.
Yeah.
Despite my best efforts.
yeah, that would not be good. Ooh.
I got to admit, getting chewed on by a jaguar today was pretty sweet.
I'm not sure I would consider that sweet. That's
My wife got jealous because when she held it, it just kind of sat there and kind of tried to squirm away. When I held it, like nibbling on me and licking, and it went from my neck, and the guy got like kind of panic look on his face, but it was fine because it's I knew what I was doing. I was like, oh no.
I get it.
We don't chew on the neck.
That's awesome. That's going to be great. I mean, seriously, between that, the fiber, the compound, all you need now to fit in is what did our little buddy have? He had hippos. He had hippos imported.
Yep. So fed a hippo today.
You did?
Yep. Fed a giraffe by hand.
I did that.
Yeah, that was fun.
I slapped his tongue. Did you do that?
No, I did not slap the giraffe.
Well, not to slap the giraffe, the tongue.
I didn't do that
He
either.
was sticking his tongue out. I was like, it was funny.
Take the carrot.
No.
Yeah,
It
exactly. Yeah.
wasn't malicious at all. It was just kind of a.
No, I did not. I did,
tongue is like-
however, get about this close to having to kick a goose in the head if it kept coming at
Oh,
me.
yeah,
Because them
those-
geese was aggressive as shit, dude.
Yeah, those geese up there are crazy.
The ostrich snatched the whole bag out of Amy's hand. She was feeding the ostrich little corn pellets, and it just went and like snatched the entire bag and swallowed it whole.
Ostriches are little.
Well,
Not little, they're
that thing can
big
stick its
assholes.
head quite a ways outside of
And they're
the.
fast.
Well, and the thing's only like this tall.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chris, when we finally smuggle you into the country, there's a zoo
Yeah.
at the end of the street.
I was hoping that's what it was. It wasn't somebody's fucking personal bloody menagerie going on down there. That's
I might have convinced them that.
Yeah, the mayor here, he's like, hey, you know what we need?
Yeah.
I also got to play with a lemur. That was pretty cool.
I do want to point something out, and this might be a bit too much of a tarring everybody with the same brush, but let's face it, in South America, most mares don't typically have a very long life expectancy in certain areas of South America. So
See, here's the trick.
do
Here's
what?
the trick. You tell people that you're the mayor, and you convince some other people that my neighbor is the mayor.
So at least you get some advance warning if they take their place out first.
No, that's the mayor. I'm just a citizen. I just live here. I don't
That's it. I'm going to start addressing packages to Mayor Evan or El Cap or something like that.
Not just that, but I didn't vote for the fucker. I don't know. Did you?
I didn't. There's voting.
No voting here.
I thought it was.
Is that voting? Like 9 mil, 45 mil, 50 cal voting, or it's a little bit more. It can't be any worse than the damn voting in this country. I was on television a couple of days ago. I got interviewed about the whole voting system shenanigans, and that was fun. I had to tread a little carefully, but I think I got the point across. It's fucked.
Yeah.
Have you had the bacon wrapped sausages at the end of the hill?
Down the bottom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I grabbed one
It's
of
got
those.
a whole fucking.
I know. So at the bottom of the so that you got the spot, and you go down the mountain, and at the bottom of the mountain, there's a man with a cart, and he sells bacon wrapped sausages.
It's a big cart.
It is a lot of bacon wrapped sausages, and they're cheap too. What is it, 10 pesos or something like that?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like,
50 cents each.
yeah, delicious.
What kind of sausage? I mean, again, yeah, but it tastes good and they work. And it's bacon. Anything wrapped in bacon is basically, it's good. End of conversation.
I'd say it tasted closest to a Polish sausage.
Well, it had a meat consistency.
Oh, it's for sure meat. It's got to be meat. It's definitely meat.
They can make vegetables taste like,
Oh, no, don't even go there. Vegetable sausages are just, it's not good.
bacon, no, you may not even notice.
No, you're right. That is, maybe.
A lot more bacon.
We're going to go down there and we'll run a lab test on that shit. We'll figure it out.
Just ask him,
Keep eating it.
Yeah, true.
And that's probably the best. Live in ignorance. Sometimes it's way fucking simpler. Yeah. If it tastes good and everybody else is eating it, you'll be okay with it.
Seemed good to me. When I went to the pharmacy today to get antibiotics, I had my first buy one, get one free experience at a pharmacy.
BOGO.
What?
Yeah, they do BOGO.
I'm like, I need a bottle of amoxicillin. They're like, here's one and one for free.
BOGO.
Shit.
BOGO.
And they do that on all of them.
It's true. What
Yeah.
you're saying is true.
It is. I lived it. It was awesome.
Oh, that's interesting. Different world, but not necessarily a bad one either. Those pictures, by the way, those pictures you posted up that I caught up on Twitter are absolutely beautiful. I mean, they are just gorgeous.
Oh, the pictures?
Yeah, just wonderful.
Well, I've been posting a couple of pics here and there. I'd wait till I do my upload later tonight. I got a few new ones I took today.
Pics around here.
Tag me on. There was a gorgeous one. Looked like it was out on back, just looking over the hills. It's just beautiful.
You out of my room.
Yeah, that's his room.
So that's what I see out my window when I wake up in the morning.
All right, that's pretty good. That's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
It's hard to roll out of the wrong side of bed when you got that going on. You just
no shit.
And even work is work, and there are great days and days that you're like push, which leads us. Are we at time yet?
Push it real good.
Are we ready to lead into the topic?
Are you segueing?
I'm segueing. So rolling out of bed, with a positive attitude, because some days you got to push a little harder. And I didn't realize I wrote tonight's show thing. I was reading it. I was like, oh, this is really good. I didn't know I wrote it. But tonight's topic is for the love of the game. What is that thing that the three of us and those like us have in common that keeps us going in this industry after getting kicked in the nuts day in, day out, after telling people for 20 plus years, for God's sakes, do better than password. And they said, okay, password 1, exclamation point. Right. And we keep fighting the fight. And you know, why do we do that? I mean, I'm watching this guy try to kill himself getting this VCSO class done, cranking out 300 fucking slides a day. Legit. And then teaching it on top of it.
Motherfuckers. Damn.
Right. So what drives that? Right. And then, you know, especially with, you know, Security Studio, FR Secure, the whole mission before money thing, you know, the way we do it, there's something bigger behind it than the paycheck. There's something bigger behind it. And I think for the three of us, it's that protection piece, right? We want to protect the people. We want to, you know, try to prevent the apocalypse for as long as possible, right? When Ted Koppel's out there slanging, you know, power grid going down, you know, we've crossed the line. So that's what it's all about. It's about the love of the game, right? Because I think that truly for us,
like what motivates us
is what motivates us, right? It's the puzzles, it's the protection, it's the digging in and the you know, the breaking shit and the learning, the constant learning. I know for me, that's a huge piece of it that's attractive is I can't sit still. I can't let off the gas because it's changing too quickly, right? Even though a lot of it stays the same. So anyways, that's the opener. That's the segue.
I like it.
That's
Let's do it.
What gathers us all together tonight.
Let's do it. Marriage.
Manwich?
Marriage. I almost look like that with my beard. Marriage.
I thought well, I can't hear for shit out of this ear. So I thought you said manwich. Then I thought you said malware.
I don't know how to do sign language.
Well, that ain't it.
That ain't it. Marriage. No,
So-
that's,
Yeah, there was a slight segue for a second. I think I didn't send it to you both. I sent it to Swede and to Jesse. Somebody did a LinkedIn post and it was talking about, you know, security analysts or something. And I kid you not, it had these two, I don't really know how to describe them. They were well-groomed gentlemen. I mean, the beards were perfect. The mustaches were perfect. One was in a flat cap. One had his hair all coiffed up. Totally actors on this whole thing. One was in literally a 3-piece suit with a shirt and tie. And I'm like, yeah, that ain't cybersecurity analysts. I love you dearly, but that shit ain't real. I'm trying to, and they were in a fucking yuppie coffee shop. And you could tell it was yuppie because, you know, somewhere in the back scenery was a fucking man with a man bun. Or what does Jesse call them? Some kind of fuck nod or something like that. I don't know what the hell he calls it. Yeah. I mean, it's something like that. Yeah.
oh, fuck not.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
not. Oh, I thought it was fuck not.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, little buddies, don't get me wrong, I love the graphics, but that isn't our industry. Seriously, there's a name for that, and I can't remember what it's manscape. No, it's not manscaping. That's the other thing, isn't it? Not manscaping.
That's something you should do. Manscaping is an important part of hygiene.
No, but
Junk. Well, I get another interview.
Evan's about to manscape on live YouTube at this point, by the looks of it. Don't you don't make me laugh too much. I just twisted ribs over one another a minute ago and it's still sore. I don't know what the hell I did.
It's funny. I mean, that's not funny.
No, but yeah, I get it.
So how do you pronounce quaff again, Chris?
Coif. It's a coif. Coifed.
Okay, because I thought you said queef.
Queefed. No, not coughed. Coifed. Oh, what the fuck is it? I don't know.
Is that your garage door opener for home? Or is this the mystery garage door opener? Oh no, there is a garage door downstairs.
Where did I get this?
I don't know. But I wouldn't push the buttons because you're probably opening the door downstairs.
Let's find out.
Well, the wizard's off.
Wait. I believe it's called metrosexual. Is that right? Metrosexual.
There we go. Metrosexual. Thank you. I'm not kidding you. I've literally spent 2/3 of today in the back of my head. I've been trying to figure out what the hell it's called. Yeah.
That is the term.
Yeah. Metrosexual. I mean, don't get me wrong. Very well-groomed gentleman. But I mean, you can
broadly applied, right? So basically any dude that showers and maybe tries to make a piss poor attempt at having an appearance gets labeled as metrosexual.
Okay, well, so let's talk about the showered thing. Let's because I saw I saw a post on LinkedIn, and the post was like, well, what was it? Because we're now on work from home, it's the shower thing came up, and I mean, I don't shower every day. I shower whenever I feel like I need to shower. That's just how I am. I keep clean and stay clean, but I mean, there were people that were horrified that, oh my God, you don't shower every day. I'm like, motherfuckers, I'm being eco-friendly. If I don't smell, I don't shower.
Yeah, as long as I can't smell your balls at a distance, we solid.
Yeah. And that was weird to me because, I mean, there were people up in arms about this whole, showering should. I'm like, no, sorry.
I'm not an every single day guy myself. My skin gets way too jacked up if I do that.
Shower.
Yeah.
I shower every day.
Well, you're just an eco-terrorist.
Get clean because it wakes me up.
Well, so here's the thing.
So wait, I get wet, but soap?
Yeah,
right? Fuck up your biome. Like I watched a whole documentary on this. Like you gotta be now when it comes to well, you know the deal, right? Mm-hmm. Military shower. There's 3 places you wash. Yeah,
pretty much. That's it. End of conversation. And honestly, most of the time it's a sink load of water, it's head down, shake it around, bring out, do the bid, do the thing, teeth with the same water, and I'm done. That's it. There was like a study. It's like, well, now we're working from home. We're saving 9 minutes a day on grooming. I'm like, motherfuckers, I don't spend 9 minutes a day on grooming as it is. Love you dearly. But yeah. What's he doing?
Yeah, pad thai. So the chef made some deliciousness. Some pad thai.
Oh, pad thai! I do love good pad thai. Good pad thai is hard to beat.
Enjoy it.
Okay.
It was mine, and then
this was yours. There was like 4 of them in there.
Oh, well, then maybe that wasn't mine. I don't know. It's yours. Eat it. Doesn't matter. It's leftovers. Good. I'm gonna make me a cup of soup here in a second. Cup of noodles. Ooh, cup of noodles.
All right. So why do we do this?
Well, we do it because we love it, right? And I think there's different aspects of what we love about the game, right? Some days it's fucking with scammers. Some days it's hunting bad people. Some days it's protecting the herd. Some days it's the puzzle. I think we all have our own drivers. I think probably there's a handful that, take different positions of being in first place. But I know those are the kind of the key things that keep me going every day and keep me wanting to try and learn and push. I think
for me, it's being in an industry where I can continue to quite a pain in the ass. I love you guys. He does this every time I start getting into a sentence. I get squirrel. He's just like off doing something. Oh, fuck it, I've lost it. It's done. I'm gone. I should be used to it by now. You'd think I'd be used to it after a year and a half of doing this or so, but it just shit ain't happening. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know, and I don't care, and I love him for it, and I love doing this.
It's the shit show.
Yeah, I think for me, it's very much. I work in an industry where I can question things. That whole concept of not just questioning. I was on you'll both appreciate this one. Fantastic podcast, and I've actually given both of your names to this guy. Totally awesome conversation with him. We got about 45 minutes into this conversation. It was only meant to go for an hour. About 45 minutes in, he's like, "So I'm a Christian, and so just so you're aware," I'm like, "That's no problem at all." I'm like, "But are you having a bit of an existential digital crisis at the moment?" He's like, "Actually, yes." I'm like, "Yay!" We were talking about taking the body and basically digitizing the body, some of the crazy shit that I'm still working on. So I was explaining all this to him. He's like, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, well, there is an argument to say we are nothing more than signals. We are nothing more than blah, blah, blah. And we're sort of, it's like, so why? I'm like, well, when you get down to it, what is the soul? And we had a fantastic conversation about it. It's so fucking awesome. That there is like a macrocosm of exactly why I love this industry. Because you can meet people that are either in or out of it or 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and just have some amazing, engaging conversations. You get to question things. You get to ask why and not get shot down. Not always, but in the right circumstances, there are those opportunities. Yeah, John says it perfectly. Some days it's teaching kids how to be safe online. It's making a difference. I think that's it. It's making a difference.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Definitely, right?
I'll go with that.
You know, and I think the counter side of that coin is there are people that are in this game for reasons other than the love of the game. And we see it every day.
So I will never discount, or whatever you want to put it. People are like, hey, I want to work in this industry. And literally I want to work. I want to turn up at 6, 7, 8, 9 in the morning, and I will work till 6, and I'm going to put it aside. I have zero problem with that. I actually, in some ways, I have a level of admiration for that and almost a level of envy sometimes, because that is a possibility. Some of us don't operate that way, but I like that, and I'm perfectly okay with it. But I think, yeah, those that look to profit off of it over protection, that's where I'm like, you motherfuckers.
Well, two things that motivate me every day. One is I hate seeing people taken advantage of. I hate it. My kids grew up with that. I hate cheating because I always feel like cheating is taking advantage of something.
Mhm.
And the other thing is I like solving problems.
Mm.
And I like solving problems that other people aren't willing to solve. You know, so we're still working on getting people to speak the same language, right? Figuring out the language problem in our industry. And that's been like a 12, 13, 14-year pursuit. When I started that, I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
But that's why we serve the underserved markets too. You know, I take offense when an entire state buys a
license to a product that doesn't quite deliver on its promises. And we'll leave it at that.
$30 million. Is that how much they spent?
I believe it was $30 million. Yes.
God the
That
hell.
pisses me off because we didn't get there first. We were supposed to stop that and we didn't. So,
But we will next time around. Sometimes a brick upside the head is what's required to learn one's lesson. It's a shame, but
Always wrap the brick in a sock. That way it doesn't leave a mark.
I know that works with soap, but I'm pretty sure I put a brick in a sock.
Get the heavy duty. So Smart Wool do these amazing, really good, like proper heavy duty hiking wool socks.
All right.
Put a brick in one of those. It actually works perfectly. You get the impact, but you don't get the scratch marks, so nobody knows what you've done.
I wonder.
my watch is telling me it's time to go to bed.
Uh-oh. Well, it's lying to you.
See ya.
What the hell? When the hell have you ever gone to bed at this hour of the night, for God's sakes, as well?
I was just kidding. I'm not going to bed.
Just gonna say, how often does that? All right, where were we?
So Sean Pollard is down here.
Mhm.
The first FR Secure non-executive to come visit here, which was like amazing. He asked if he could spend his 25th wedding anniversary down here with his wife.
Oh, nice.
I know. And I'm like, brother, that's the entire reason I bought this place.
Right.
I did not buy this place for me. I did not buy this place for me and my wife. I bought this place because I want to share it with,
Everybody. Yeah.
made this all possible. So Sean came down and that's actually what he said to me this morning. He gets up early and I was up and he's like, do you ever sleep? I mean, I know what it is.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I mean,
But I don't know about you, but it's the way I'm wired. Like, so last night I wasn't feeling so hot. So I rolled in early, getting some bad news and whatever. And, I dozed off about maybe 9:30, 10, 1:14. I am wide awake.
Yeah. What are you going to do then?
Sleep is done.
You get up.
I studied.
I mean, why would
I laid in bed and read up on, I told you I've been studying on quantum lately. I've been learning about my my string theory and my entanglements and
Ooh.
But I know it's-
my
don't go-
superposition and
But I know
Yeah, super suppositions.
yep.
some people like force themselves to go back to sleep.
I can't. There is no. Once this thing gets going, game
Yeah.
over. There's no sleep.
Right.
I have. There's been nights that I've tried that, and I have laid there for 7 hours straight, still as can
Yep.
be, doing the deep, slow breathe, and my mind is just.
happening.
I can't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I
But then
nap.
the-
If I nap, I'm screwed. I did it last night. I fell asleep. I actually was here working last night, and I'm like, I'm taking a break. Put my feet up on here, lay back in here. 30 minutes nap. I was back up again. I'm like, all right, and kept cranking till about 5 this morning.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the wiring or what, but 4 to 6, and I'm super solid. And those 4 to 6 don't have to come in a single chunk. Like sometimes I do a nap,
Yeah,
get an hour
I love power naps.
and more. Grab.
I never know
two.
when I'm going to go to sleep. I never know when I'm going to go to sleep, but I never know when I'm going to get up.
Well, see, the getting
Ever
up thing
since-
I have to do on schedule.
Ever since forever, I've never gotten up at the same time 2 mornings in a row.
Not even like within a range though.
Range,
like
sure,
a-
but not the
Like a
same
5 to
time.
8 a.m. kind of.
Yeah, a range, but never
Yeah.
at the same time. Never. Even if I set the alarm, for, say I'm gonna focus on this week, I'm getting up every morning at say 6:30. And I'll set my alarm. First morning, I'll get up at 6:30. The next morning, I'll get up at like 4 before the fucking alarm goes off. Then the next morning, maybe I'll get up at 6:30 when the alarm goes off. And then the next morning, the alarm will go off at 6:30. I'm like, fuck that. And I go back to sleep till 7. I mean, it's just never, ever 2 days in a row. Some days I'm a morning guy. Some days I'm a night guy. I just never fucking know.
Okay.
Tonight, it's going to be a night guy because I got energy.
Yeah. So question. For me, if I know I have to be up for something, let's say I have a thing and it's locked in my brain, I know it.
Yep.
Not the calendar knows it, but that I know it.
Yeah.
I'll wake up before the alarm
Yep.
100% of the time without fail.
Yep. Same thing.
Almost.
That's airplane flights are probably the biggest. Yeah.
Almost with a mild sense of panic.
Yes.
Is that true for you guys too? Is that a
Yeah.
thing? Like, so if you for sure know that you like absolutely positively have to be up at a particular time for a thing, usually travel, right? Like you got to, so you can't fuck around with, hitting snooze. Do you naturally wake up before the alarm, say 15, 20 minutes?
No,
Okay. Because for me, that's a
Mhm.
thing. Like if it's locked in the brain, I just,
Yeah.
I don't stress much about stuff like that. Like even class, I'll teaching these classes. They're 2-hour classes every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. And it's content that doesn't exist. Some days I won't start writing the content for the class until noon or later. And then you're writing content like right up into the class. And then sometimes I don't get done the full like thought. So I'll just put in a slide saying, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. But I can still make the class last 2 hours. It's just weird how shit like that happens. I don't know.
yeah, that's part of the, again, because you're motivated by something greater. Right. That's what it is when you're like all of us have done this. We finish decks as we're walking up. We finish, we've been making last minute tweaks. We're already plugged in, unplugged the HDMI.
Oh my god, yeah, no shit. I'm a GurkCon. I am infamous for that at GurkCon. I mean, it's to your point, it's up on stage going, I got a second. Dude. Yeah.
I've given talks before where I didn't finish the slides and I said, fuck it to the slides. And all I left up there was the title.
Yeah. And just talks.
Can't
That's
say
good.
that one. I have done it where I've, it's been a pretty short deck. Those bullet points got stretched out real far.
I gave another talk where it was up. I was totally unprepared. It was, I don't know, some fucking conference. I don't like giving talks much, but it was up on a stage. And I was thinking, there's going to be like, I don't know, maybe 100 people there. And there was like a couple thousand. This whole fucking auditorium was full of it. And so I had my laptop and, I'm back there and the tech people are wiring you up and shit. And the tech guy goes, so, do you have the flash drive? I'm like, I have my laptop. What do you mean flash drive? You need that shit on a flash drive? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, do you have a flash drive? I don't even have a fucking flash drive. It's like, yeah, here you go. So he gives me a flash drive. I'm like, so what with my laptop? He goes, well, you'll use the clicker and your deck will be
on the screen.
On the screens in front. Yep.
I'm like, I didn't bring my fucking glasses. I can't see those fucking screens. I can see my laptop.
Oh no.
And they're like, well, this is how it is. I'm like, okay, cool. So I usually use my slides as like cues to talk about that.
Yep.
I couldn't see the fucking slides. I couldn't see my cues. So I was giving my talk and I was like, da 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 da. And I'm like, hold on a minute. All right, that's right. My whole talk was like that. I mean, I might as well just sat on the edge of the stage and just looked at the screen like when it was like right here.
Yeah.
Thought it was the worst talk ever. I could not wait to get out of that fucking place and just get in my car and get out of there. So we had a booth there. So I decided, I was going to stop by and say hi, whatever to the booth. And then people on the way kept stopping me. Said, that was a great talk. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That was a shit. Were you listening? They're like, yeah, I got so much out of it. I'm like, what the fuck part did you get out of it? I know. Was it one of the slides that I couldn't see? Did you read something there that was good? Because it was not a good fucking talk.
I did something similar. I was down in Texas, and over the course of 4 days, I gave the same presentation to a total of 20,000 people over the course of 4 days. So, 3,000 to 5,000 at a time kind of situation, right? And it's auditorium, and I'm up on the elevated platform, and then behind me is this ginormous screen, and they got the cameras, and it's it's like, yeah, I did.
You give me your talk like, do I look all right up there?
Well, because they had superimposed me, so they had my slide, and then I was like
on the slide.
So the slide was like above me. And then I was here. It was like almost like a split
you can
screen.
See right here.
Yeah, but then I had the monitor on the floor as well.
No shit.
Yeah, dude, it was a blast.
I gave a talk in Anaheim. It was at the
I got a challenge coin for that one.
CACS conference. It was one of those ones where you give a talk. It's in the middle of the floor, right? So you have the whole vendor floor, and then they have a stage in the middle, and you give your talk there, and whatever. And I was the first opening talk, and I was kind of standing around the stage. There wasn't nobody there, nobody there, nobody don't. And I was like, cool, I don't have to give the talk because I'd rather not. So I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. So I go sit at the booth, and I'm hanging out with the guys, and then this lady comes running with their fucking headset on. It's like, Evan, you're up. And I'm like, there's nobody there. It's like, it's fucking full. And I'm like, really? So yeah, go run over there. Oh, all right. I didn't remember that talk either, so whatever.
When I met Rod, I was given a talk in DC, and they put me in a not a small room, but not a big room. It was kind of small, medium. And no joke, and this was pre-pandemic. This is the early days when I first really hit the circuit talking about K-12 security, and it was standing room only. And people were lined up in the hall craning, and that was crazy, man. But I was the first person to come in and speak human about this. You know what I mean? So everybody's like, "What? He has answers?"
Yeah, and he's not speaking in geek or in parcel tongue. Yeah, big fucking difference. Yeah, totally.
And I love that. I love getting to connect. That's.
So is that one of your love of the games?
That is absolutely getting to connect with the humans. Yeah. Love it. It's why I, do I enjoy travel? Sure. Do I enjoy being cramped on an airplane seat? No one does. Right?
Ooh.
You do?
So
no, he doesn't. I've seen his rants about that shit.
What, travel?
Yeah, being stuck in coach.
Oh, motherfuckers. Yeah, don't even go there on that shit. So speaking of travel, had a fantastic, seriously freaking fantastic conversation last night. A gentleman by the name of Charles came over to the house. They are building basically the replacement for Concorde.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Boom Supersonic.
That U.S. that's American Airlines or somebody who's involved.
American, yeah. No, not American. because, hey, remember me? Yeah, that's already apparently been cleared. He was over. We spent like 2.5 hours last night just geeking out and having fun in the lab space. Freaking fantastic conversation. Like, seriously geeking out over it. We'll see where it goes and all that kind of silliness, processes and stuff to go through. But yeah, you want to talk about, one, a little bit of retribution. Secondly, fucking geeking out and going crazy on like hypersonic jet shit that hasn't even been built yet. Carbon fiber airplane, Mach 1.7 plus. That I'm looking forward to, because any fucking international travel, I'm like, motherfuckers, I helped put the thing together. I helped secure it. My ass is on it, hopefully. So yeah, that, seriously thinking about that one. There's a couple of others I'm talking about, other companies, but that one's almost like the complete geek fest.
When's that supposed to be done? That's supposed to be done like 2030, right?
29. Yeah. 29. They're looking at first operational flights in 29, where the plan, let's just say they're planning on putting wings in air, not with the correct engines, but with different stuff starting this year, I think is my, and I don't know what else I'm allowed to say, I'm not allowed to say, but that's about it. So they're definitely full steam ahead. They got a chunk of change from the government folks, which means obviously they're now a target on everybody else's radar. But yeah, totally kind of cool, and a little, got to be honest, a little bit of the Scorpio retribution thing going on, because it would be really nice to have some interesting folks sitting on the other side of the table going, hey, remember me? Now we're going to do it right. We're going to do it properly. We're going to do it safety first. We're going to do it for the right reasons. And you motherfuckers aren't going to get shit on.
Had for dinner this morning or this evening.
I got a text today from one of our sales guys.
They forget everything.
Who do?
So I get a text today from one of our sales guys, and he was talking to a business, and they were talking about risk, and the response was, "This is a gross negligence game."
Ooh.
I'm not
what?
The either CIO or CISO. I'd have to double check the text.
The CISO said
title.
this. What's this?
In regards to how they're managing their risk.
They're managing risk according to gross negligence?
That is correct.
Then why the fuck does he still work there?
So they're willing to take it up to gross negligence before they do anything.
Correct.
Do they understand what gross negligence even means?
I mean, the statement alone borders on it.
Because gross negligence can actually
just the fact you're thinking about doing it to that level is
branching a criminal.
Yeah.
And why the fuck you're a security person and you're like bragging about that shit?
Yeah, I fucking hate people. See, okay, this is why machines need to take over. Where the hell did he go? I rub my eyes and he buggers off. This isn't a fucking genie.
I was talking and yeah.
I rub my eyes, I open them again, he's buggered off. What is he, like a genie in the bottle or something? There he is.
I'm getting it. Just
Who is
hang
this
on.
guy? No, I need to call him.
I know you do, but I'm not going to say anything on the show, or I won't forward you the email.
Okay, I won't say anything. But I can call him.
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I think we'll have to yeah. I haven't.
Oh my God, we need that on a sticker. Okay, guys.
The book request. Yeah,
guys.
This is the guy.
We need this on a sticker. John Montgomery said a beautiful one: "Death before change." Yeah, but seriously, that needs to be on a fucking sticker. That needs to be handed out to those kind of muppets.
Evan, I didn't mean to light the fuse, but the rage.
No, you're fine. It's okay. This is why machines need to take over. Fuck you all humans. This is why machines need to take over, because they won't do that. Not if we program them properly. Ish. Don't do it. 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 You're in Mexico. Actually, you're in Mexico. Fuck it. You can do it.
Do I have his cell phone number?
Bounce off a tower.
If you text me his name, I'll get you his home address, cell phone number, and social security in about 2 minutes.
I'll get it.
Home address. We know where his kids are. You want to? God, I hate that shit.
Well, I mean, and therein lies what's wrong, right? I mean, that is a smacking example of negligence.
You want to talk about smacking examples? We're not going to get into it tonight. I don't know if either of you have seen the news, because you've both been running around bloody Mexico like a bunch of crazy people. one of our own, unfortunately, is going through a pretty rough time at the moment. Being accused of something has just been banned from DEF CON. Apparently, is now getting banned from B-sides and a bunch of other stuff. And I'm really fucking concerned about due process and all those other things. So yeah, I don't want to get into it too much tonight at all because I'm still waiting.
I'll check the feeds. Our circle of feeds, or is it made the main line?
Oh, it's made mainline. It's made mainline.
All right.
Yeah, take a look at it. I'm really concerned because I know this individual as a brother. And I'm like, this is not who this individual is. And unfortunately, what's happened is in 2 seconds flat, fucking Twitter and everything has lit up. And I'm like, everybody's judge, jury, and executioner. Everybody has made the decision. And I'm like, I don't like that. Something somewhere is broken.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, we're still unfortunately in this cancel culture where if I even remotely think I don't like or agree with, damn if I understand the truth, the facts, the reality.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I've seen some people I know who I have served whiskey at this person's fucking conference, who does stuff as so much for people that he's now being accused against of. I've served whiskey at his conference to the very people which are now taking him and chucking him under the bus. Like, not just chucking him under the bus, making sure the fucking wheels are actually backed and forth over him. And my concern is due process has not been followed. I'm really fucking concerned on this one.
In the court of Twitter, there is no due process.
Well, and that's the problem. It's like, okay, really, how much do you know about these facts? How much do you know about this? How well it's actually making me pretty sick. And it also scares the hell out of me, but it makes me sick. It's just like, you talk about wanting to carry on doing this, and you talking about wanting to, why do we do this? When I see something like that, I really have to question why we want to do this, because that's not the family I know and support. Something somewhere's wrong.
Well, but that's why we want to do this. We want to right these wrongs, right? We believe that it's still possible, even if we can't fix it all. If I can fix 1 or 2 or 5, you know what I mean? I can sleep well at night.
Yeah.
When I'm teaching these classes, I don't give 2 shits about how much money we make, but we can, we're helping people, right? And yeah, it sucks when you hit the negative shit. And it does, I think, if you dwell on that without thinking of the positive shit, that you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a ray of sunshine in the news.
Oh, what did you see?
Street.
Who got assassinated? I mean, sorry. What was your wonderful ray of sunshine?
The CISO of Dallas Public Schools quit his job over the mishandling of the data breach. So when originally reported, the mastermind hackers who executed a sophisticated data exfiltration attack turned out to be 2 high school students, and they knew it and they covered it up. And he quit his job over it. And then, I mean, he definitely didn't tell the news about it, but somehow they found out.
Oh, shit.
Mastermind hacker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
masterminds.
I love when they say that.
With your domain admin account named domain admin with a password of admin. Those damn masterminds.
I love when they say that, but they always say that shit. It's like mastermind or sophisticated.
Oh yeah, super sophisticated. You left fucking Root Calvin open or some shit like that. Yeah, I just.
Mm-hmm. But here's the shining light. He quit his job over it. He said, "No, this is wrong." And the reason I say it's a ray of sunshine is it shows me there's at least one more out there with a little bit of integrity.
Well, so here's my question on that one. What was his involvement, his or her? I assume him or her, or
I do believe it was a he.
So what was his involvement in perpetuating the lie? I mean, did he walk in and go, "Motherfuckers, we just got owned by a couple of students," and the lawyer was like, "Oh fuck no, we just got a mastermind came in." I mean, I want to know where did the lie?
The way the stories,
there's always, I mean, that's the thing. There's always more to the story. Before I'm going to pat him on the back and say, hey, nice job, man. I mean, there's a lot more to the story, right? How long was he there? You know, was this
the fact they were able to do it
if it
tells
was
me
that-
his job wasn't getting done well.
right? So he might have just sucked at his job, and he knew that the writing was on the wall anyway. So I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna try to save some face. And then, did he talk about it? I mean, did he talk to the media about it after he left? Like, I left because they mishandled
That's
this
the way
thing?
the story goes.
See, that's bullshit too. You can't play that. That's dirty pool.
That's the way the
I mean,
story
then
goes.
you're just playing the shitty game that the shitty people play. You know what I mean? It's another thing, just like walk away and like, you know,
I've done it.
But to
I
walk
left
away
an
and
organization because there was shady shit
and
going
then
on.
contact the
I didn't-
news. It's almost like, why the fuck would you contact the news? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think there's more to the story
There's
because,
always more to the story.
yeah. So I'm not giving him any credit.
And this, okay, and so here, so this is where I like logical conversations.
I want to give people credit because even shitty people can make a good decision. And maybe he did make a good decision,
But okay, so let take a step back. Is he falling on a sword for him or for somebody else?
That's what I'm saying. I
don't
mean,
know.
What? And
Let's see if there's any updates.
I can't draw any conclusions because I don't have enough information. But
Right.
when you go to the news, typically that means you're falling on the sword because for you, you know what I'm saying? You're not falling on the sword anymore for them because, you know what I mean? And so, fuck, I don't know. I hate when people play those fucking games.
Yeah, it's annoying on that one. Sorry, I was actually just catching up. The obviously the Winter Olympics are going on, and it's been a bit of a shit show so far. It's probably the nicest way I can put it. Sean White, the Red Tomato chap, was just retired. So yeah, no, interesting. More Russians failed drug tests. So news is normal.
I like Sean White.
Yeah, he actually I won't spoil it for you. But yeah, he's obviously now retired. So he was going in tonight's final. But
okay, so he did quit very soon after. It's just now hitting the news. Reason he cited was that he didn't he quit because the district failed to tell the public for the source of the breach, and then the news station uncovered the fact through a public records request. So he did not go to the news. They found it by doing.
You still talk to him. I mean,
I'm reading. I don't.
You just said he was cited.
No. It says that. So they're citing the public records request of his resignation.
Who's this guy? I'll call him too.
Okay. Yeah. Rajan Kunjaberry.
What?
Rajan Rajin
Rajin.
OONJBEARRY.
Rajan Kunjaberry.
Okay. So
I'm on LinkedIn.
hit him up. Say hi. Oh yeah, they got that. They got their hands on the email, and here's a quote from the email: "We are not professionals, nor do we have any experience in offensive cybersecurity. We are just two students who are curious. If you want to hire me, I have no resume, but I would be very interested. Thanks."
Somebody needs to hire those fucking students like now. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Oh, you got.
So yeah, so at least the kids were smart enough to write an email. Hey, you want to give us a job?
That's hilarious. Oh, that's funny.
But that's where we're at. You know.
I know. Sophisticated adversaries. Left your fucking 3389 open, you muppet.
Semi-sophisticated tool that the adversary doesn't know how it works.
Oh dear. It's just that again. So and it sucks even inside our industry. Is like, what do I believe? And you know, this issue, and now this is. I don't know what to believe until somebody lays the facts in front of me in an independent way.
The facts are murky because if you pull the thread long enough, you run into a wall.
Well, that's the issue I'm seeing with one of these issues is I see facts, but then I also see motive, and I'm like, don't like the idea of this. This isn't pretty. I don't like this. So is the motive ahead of the facts, or is the facts? But I just, I do like our industry, but I also don't like it because it is, it is one of those dysfunctional families at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're still teenagers in the game, man. Toddlers, really.
No shit. Tell me about it. I mean, you compare to the other industries out there, and we haven't even gotten out of the fucking spotty phase.
Right.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, here's the problem. We have all the keys to the kingdom. Not just some of them. We have every motherfucking key to the kingdom.
I was at me and Amy went out earlier today into town, and there's this beautiful little restaurant that we like to go to, and there's a pier that goes out over the river. It's just like 2-3 tables. We lucked out. We got to sit out there, and it's beautiful. And it's under a canopy, and you're in the jungle, and it's just awesome.
No, jungle equals bugs. Let's not start now.
No, the bugs have been great. There's no bugs right now. Like they're pretty chill. So we're sitting out there, and there's the other table was two older ladies and an old man, and they're talking about Bitcoins and NFTs. So they know what it is, but they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like I gotta learn about the Bitcoin. They've been telling me the Bitcoin, I gotta know about it, but I don't know. And she's like, I'm not tick and talking, but I should probably do the tick and talking because I just heard a kid made $6 million on the tick and talking, So I just went, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of started giving them a little bit of the breakdown and, like trying to explain what an NFT was in language that made sense to them. Right.
Yep.
And so they said, what's Bitcoin? And I said, think of it like day trading meets Ponzi scheme. And they said, what's an NFT? I said, a bigger Ponzi scheme.
A bigger Ponzi scheme. Did you see somebody's trying to sell colors?
Yeah.
So what was it? There are 16.5 million colors, 2-point-something million visible, and they're selling like whatever it was. I'm like, what the actual fuck?
The old man had said it. What the hell did he say? You're talking about the NFTs and the Ponzi schemes and the things, and now I can't remember what the hell it was. He said something, but it escapes me. It'll come to me in the middle of the night when I'm trying to sleep.
And it's tough because in some ways, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I need to get stuff sorted out. I need to get sorted out. Fuck it, I could just do this.
I know what he said. He goes, fucking people, they'll buy anything.
See, okay, this is what we need to do. Whatever little villagey town that you have there, you guys need to find a storefront. It sounds like there's people that come through there from a tourist standpoint. It sounds like you need a little store and a little storefront. And we need to just have a little bit of fun. We need to take care of all the people there and all the tourists that come through. When they come in, they drop their phones off and their computers off, and we clean them, we sort them, we put educational material on them, we get everything done. When they leave, we give them back again, and we just charge them a nominal fee, enough to keep the roof off, the roof and the wetness out and all that good stuff. We just run a little fucking tech support shop down there and just be done with it.
So I'm all for it. So which mining software are we deploying per device that we acquire?
Oh, ye of little faith. Actually, I've got two options. One that isn't discoverable at the moment and one that will give them. All your computers belong to me.
Oh, shit.
I know. It is what it is. No, seriously, if we look after everybody's houses in the village or the town or whatever the hell that place is at this point in time that you're in, yeah, it just needs to be something simple. I need candy. I'll be back in a second. I need a piece of chocolate because I
remember week 3. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to run bulk extractor, and let's understand what it's going to do.
What?
Let's say you're given a hard drive from somebody's computer that has been subjected, that has been a part of a crime. And your job as an investigator, a digital investigator, is to find out if this drive has information related to the crime. Let's say this drive.
What is this? Who is this?
That's Dr. Rajin Kunjberry.
Oh, that's Kunjberry. Okay.
Yeah, he's giving us advice on how to do digital
Forensics.
with bulk extractor. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We could do that. I mean, that's one method.
I'm telling you, you can,
You could also just buy that little appliance and then just stick the drive in it and it does it
or
for
it could
you.
just be grossly negligent. So fuck it.
I mean, there's that option too.
Why not?
Yeah, that irritated you, didn't it? You did not like
Well,
that response.
this does too, because it's like,
What is he finding?
that was Dr. Rajin Kunjberry telling us how to use bulk extractor.
Ooh, okay. Could have done a little bit differently. Probably would have said it differently.
Yep. That's but you know, he's the guy that quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his resignation letter. And so that became,
Became public.
FOIA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
FOIA.
That's an interesting thing with schools, right? And not every state has provisions in place to prevent the disclosure of certain stuff. So it's only a matter of time before the bad guys start mining for emails using FOIA requests that reveal things, because they love to email shit around like IP addresses and diagrams and passwords in clear text right in the body. It's fabulous.
They also put passwords on intranet sites often.
Yes.
Yeah. Bless him. You know, the best one used to be, do you remember, oh God, what was it that, was it it was SharePoint. SharePoint was its own little like wiki, internal wiki from hell. I always remember we used to be able to get access to the SharePoint. You know, if you get into the SharePoint server, you'd always find the IT drive in the SharePoint and it was game over. I mean, everything was in there.
Yeah.
That's still very, very, very common.
All right. So why the hell are we still in this game? We bitch and scream at it every single week. We growl about it. We cause chaos and mayhem in it. I threaten to taser people and kill people. You like to save people. Why the hell do we still do this? Why haven't we all retired and, I don't know, headed down to fucking Evan's place and teaching other people how to sink and swim?
Because I haven't quite got to his level yet. Answer number one.
And
answer number two, I still got some fight left in me, man, and there's still some fighting to do. And I'll be damned.
Here's a question: has Mexico got extradition with the U.S.?
Oh
Yes.
God, yes.
Yeah, they
Oh
do.
shit!
Well,
That
yeah.
sucks.
Oh, very much so.
They send some of their own citizens up to the
Uh-huh.
US for justice.
Remember, we said we'll take El Chapo off your hands, and they said, "Okay, here you go."
Yeah, but that's not extradition. That's collusion.
Extraordinary rendition.
Well,
Extradition.
if they're going to send
call it
some of
what
their
you
own
want.
citizens to the US, they'll definitely send US citizens back to the US.
Yeah, all right. Coming over. All right. Well, I've got to find somewhere further south.
And I think it depends, the way the game is played down here, it depends on how valuable you are to whoever the political elite is here. So if you had some kind of strings that you were pulling that keep them in power, you could avoid extradition, I'm pretty sure.
For a while. Depends on how badly you're
Until
wanted.
you have a fallout, right?
Well, and
Until one of the
also, I
strings
mean, if the
breaks or
CIA
something.
wants you, they'll just do extraordinary rendition and call it good.
But I do it,
Reach out and cuddle you. No, I know. I'm not going there. I'm staying away from that one.
You want to go to a black site in
Well,
Thailand?
I don't,
Yay, black sites. Then we get to shower every day.
but my bitching about the industry has changed over the years. It used to be bitching out of frustration. Now it's just bitching out of like examples, right? Here's another fucking example. The thing that we've been preaching for 20, 25 years, there's another one. And at some point people will start to wake up, but I like I hate seeing people get taken advantage of. So that's still very much a motivator for me. And thinking that this problem can still be solved. I still believe it can. It's either we solve it or you get forced to solve it, right? It's, shit hits the fan and everything blows up and Now you have to. And that's the way security's always worked in my brain, is like, there's only one way to do this, and that's the right way. And so what's the right way? Well, it's the fundamentals. And where do the fundamentals start? Well, for me, it starts with accountability. Who the fuck is doing what around here? Until we start figuring out roles and responsibilities, then the other stuff like asset management, risk management, and vulnerability management, penetration testing, all that other shit is just window dressing. If nobody's actually going to step up and take ownership of this thing, who the fuck cares? And so I still think the problem can be solved. So I keep trying to solve it.
Kind of some of the conversations I've been having with some of the folks that I'm interviewing with is kind of that. It's like, okay. And it has been almost like, what are you doing to solve the problem? Not what are you doing to get a paycheck, or what are you doing to paddle water? It's very much a case of, what are you doing to solve the problem? How are you actually affecting change? I'm actually talking to some interesting folks on the network side of the world, and a couple of interesting stuff on the payment side of the world. Having some good conversations, having some kind of iffy ones, but having some good ones as well, where they do actually care about trying to fix some of the messes.
Well, and as examples, I don't give a shit about getting credit for anything. That's not what motivates me. Somebody patting me. But that was the reason why we started the CISSP mentor program, because we had a talent shortage issue. All right, well, let's start something. We started with 6 students. This year, I think we'll have close to 10,000.
Crazy, that's amazing.
And we had, and that's the whole point of Security Studio, is to get us speaking the same language, to simplify fucking information security when it's so fucking complex. And then from that came P-Days, which is taking a really complex organization. It's really nothing more than the sum of its simpler parts. So what are those simpler parts? And then sum it up, right? And then Teach came out of that same thing. We have a whole bunch of students that are coming out of college that don't have any tangible, real world, hands-on experience. Well, fuck, here you go, Teach. And then the CVCISO, I got really fucking tired of hearing people doing CISO shit. It's like, how are you doing this? Well, we have a bucket of hours, and every so often they'll pull from the bucket of hours, might do a pen test. I'm like, that's not a fucking VCISO.
Right.
That's not even fucking close. And so the last straw for me was 3 companies were giving presentations to 29 colleges, this tribal college thing. I was invited there just to observe from FR Secure, right? So, they're doing whatever they do, and I'm just kind of watching. And then one of the colleges asked, so you had to go in order. So FR Secure was the last of the 3 to answer this particular question, but the question was, so tell me about how you do your VCISO service. And the first group was from MIT, right? And they were touting about how they've been doing security since like the 1800s, and they fucking know everything.
We invented the path lock.
Yeah, and so, so they're up first, and they're like, well, essentially, it's a bucket of hours thing. And I'm like, what the fuck, really? And then the next company, which is some Canadian company, does the same thing. And then it's FR Secure's turn. And so John Harmon was there, and he starts to answer. I'm like, oh, John, can I take this one? Yeah, unmuted. He's like, yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, we don't fucking do that shit. And let me tell you one big reason why we don't do that shit, because when you do a bucket of hours, you as the customer take on all the risk. And like, oh, explain that. And I go, because I'm incented to take as many hours as possible to get shit done, not to be efficient, not to do it well, but to make it take a lot of hours so that you keep paying me. There's no mutual account. I mean, fuck, I went off forever, but that was the last straw. I'm like, fuck it. The CVCISO program is kicking into high gear. So I called you and I called our marketing team. I'm like, how soon can we get this thing going? They're like, well, you got to write something. So I wrote like a 30 page document, like explaining how the fuck this thing's supposed to work. And then like, well, we can't launch it any sooner than like end of January. I'm like, well, let's launch the end of January. You have any content? I'm like, no, I don't have any fucking content. I'll make it as I go. So that's where I'm stuck right now. And the CVCISO program is meant to solve multiple problems. One, we need to create more VCSOs because people can't afford CISOs, and most CISOs suck too.
Yeah.
Number two, we don't just need more VCSOs, we need more quality VCSOs.
Yeah.
So we started with 4 levels of CVCISO. Level 1, you know, 0 experience, none. College student, never, can hardly spell security. You have to take the course. It's 30 lessons. Each lesson is 2 hours long. It's with me. And you have to pass the exam. And now you are a CVCISO level 1. And what that means is you can't help customers directly, but you can work under a mentor. So the CVCISO mentor level is a specialization, but that's level 1. Get enough experience, you move to level 2, get enough experience and pass 3 more exams. One being how to secure complex environments, how to communicate, you know, to organizations,
Humans.
and how to budget. You pass that, and now you can essentially serve all clients, but you have to have the experience. And then there's the expert. And the expert, you have to be a level 3, do all that shit, and then you have to have an interview with other experts, a panel.
Nice. So basically it's hopefully it's a peer review type thing.
Yep.
Now, having just gone through a whole bunch of Q&A / peer review interview questions with people, I'm in most cases okay, but in one case particular, I'm fairly fucking gun shy because their sole reason to actually just talk with me was to try and trip up the great Chris Roberts fucking bullshit. And that's where I get pissed.
The panel's focused on only 2 things. 2, the integrity of the candidate.
Right.
And the other thing is, are they going to participate in the community?
Okay, then good. Yeah, that makes life a bit easier. Yeah, I'm still a smarty. I'm still fucking slightly hot on the collar on this one. I was just pissed. It was an interview today, and and that was meant to be a peer conversation review, and I'm like, you fucking asshole! All you're trying to do is trying to either A, one up me, or B, try to fucking trip me up and shit.
Yeah, ego.
Ego understatement, and I'm kind of frustrated by it. Because up till that point, I was actually pretty happy with the organization. And actually, unfortunately, because I had back-to-back interviews with various people inside there. And then that final interview, I mean, I literally turned up 10 minutes after finishing with this individual. And my first 2 minutes on, they're like, hey, how's your day going? I'm like, well, up until about an hour ago, it wasn't bad. And now I do fairly middling. And he's like, oh, how come? I'm like, because I just talked to one of your people. And I don't like somebody trying to trip me up.
You know, I've always found, I don't fucking know, let me Google that, to be an acceptable answer.
No, so this is actually, okay, so you guys know what mimic, let me actually ask it how it should have been asked. Do you guys aware of what mimikatz is?
Really quick, before you do that.
Yeah.
That was just, I was just using those as examples of why.
Sorry, yeah, sorry, I apologize.
No, because I'm almost done. It's, but that's the solving the problems thing.
Yeah.
And it helps the squirrel superpower. Helps and all that. The sad thing is for a guy like Ryan, I keep dumping shit on him. Like, here's teach. Go figure out, you know, colleges that want to do this and whatever.
I got it.
So,
and I'm doing a K-12 VCSO too. That'll be spinning up.
Yeah, so he'll follow right behind the CVCISO program. Probably, hopefully, reuse a lot of the content, different verbiage, and what have you, and make it a K-12. Yeah.
That'll be cool. That'll be cool. That'll be interesting, definitely.
It's hard work too, man.
Oh, I know. No, and here's the thing, Chris. Keep your eye. You know us. We ain't playing no games. This year we are doing things. There are things that are going to happen in the coming weeks and months.
Yeah, but that's you guys. I mean, and I mean that nicely. That's you guys. You got a shit ton load. Go charge on with it.
But if we force the hand, we can change behavior.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And improve sex lives all across the planet.
I mean, well, that happens Saturday. Well, I'm actually a separate project, Vagenda. is going to improve
Did
the
you say,
sex
did you
life.
say Vagenda?
That's the name of the app, Vagenda.
But your wife said
Vagenda, yes.
Vagenda.
Vagenda.
Fuck, that's a brilliant
There, I just put it out into the public air.
Vagenda.
Copyright. Healthy Hua Enterprises. What date is it?
Isn't it this Saturday? So 12th?
Yeah. That's I mean,
Vagenda.
within a day or two of it, yeah.
That's cool.
Soft
Nice.
launch.
That's good. I'm pleased. I'm really happy about that.
Me too.
So it's not going to improve my sex life.
Yes, it is.
If it's a soft launch.
Well, you're right. Well, I mean, I don't know
I
about
go
you,
get
but
some
you
two
can
for
always
I go get some
thumb
2
in
for
the
1s
rope.
on the Viagra down here.
If you don't know how to thumb in the rope, you ain't been married long enough.
No, I know. Dude, I made 5 kids. I made 5 kids. Something
Look
must
how
have,
ready he is. Look how ready he is.
I made 5 kids. Something must have been working.
Oh, bless.
Well, it's
Oh,
just,
look
you know,
at
it's a
you.
thing that people do, you know.
So
Sexing
what?
is good.
Give us your scenario. So
Oh,
you're
yeah,
getting. They're putting you up against the coals. They're trying to throw stones at
Well,
you.
they're being assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's it. So you guys are aware of what Mimi Cats is, and this is actually a good one for the audience as well that are listening in. Kind of like that hands up. Are you aware of what Mimi Cats is? Yeah. So software program that steals credentials, typically Windows or Microsoft credentials, Windows credentials, typically. Okay. So the question came in. The question from him was, hey, if you saw Mimi Cats running on a Mac machine, emphasis on the word Mac machine, and this is him emphasizing, if you saw Mimi Cats running on a Mac machine, what would you do? Now you can look at it. You can look at it one of a couple of different ways. Mimi Cats, in theory, shouldn't run on Mac, but it does. It runs if it's in a virtual environment. It runs if it's a VXbox. It also runs if all it's doing is collecting LSAS or cache credentials. Apparently, according to him, a little bit, but he didn't seem to think it that way, because I'm like, well, pick up the fucking phone and ask the person what the hell they think they're doing. If they're part of the IT department, security department, whatever, do you know who they are? All sorts of other ways of looking at it. And he's like, well, no, it's running on a Mac machine. Like, yeah, I run Mimi Cats on my Mac machine.
You know, it's a Windows
Is it
system.
connected to a network
Thing.
that has Windows machines on it that are
What?
running LDAP?
But that's not-
And that's why I'm like, what the fuck?
I would
Stop
put
talking nonsense.
that I would
You know.
run a shell on a
You're full of
Linux,
shit.
Unix, or Mac device.
Shit
a
is
Mac
coming out of your
device,
mouth.
Hello, exactly.
and mine credentials that way because you wouldn't fucking acknowledge it because it's
No
on a
shit.
Mac.
Right. And that's where I'm like,
You should have asked him.
Dipshit.
Is this running the M2 processor or the Intel?
no. So Matt's like, if you notice Mimi Cats, stop it. No, why the fuck would I stop it? If it's somebody in IT or InfoSec and they're doing testing and analysis, I'm not going to fucking stop it. Maybe they want to use it. Maybe they're doing dev. Maybe they're testing. Maybe they were doing regression. Maybe they're doing actually legit stuff.
Because if it's running on the Intel, it could be a dual boot too.
I mean,
Yeah, there's all sorts of shit. I mean, and so I was pissed because you could fucking tell that it was the one-upman shit. And it was like, oh, I'm going to try and flummox him. Fuck you, actually, in half a dozen different. Oh, and by the way, there's several sub-architectures that are built into Mimi Cats that do run on Mac. So fuck you.
Well,
All right, I'm off my soapbox now.
Well, not just that, but what an amateurish
seriously,
question.
seriously.
I mean,
Right.
if anything, what you just did by asking a question like that, the way you asked it, is
Yeah.
just give yourself that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And so that's why I'm pissed, because up to that point and subsequently, it was actually a very good set of conversations. But the problem is, apparently, he's a peer. And I'm like, I'm at the point where I feel like I've just scrubbed the company. I'm like, fuck him.
This is a peer.
Hi.
Right, here's a peer.
Right. And that's it. That's how it should be.
What do you do if you find Mimi Cats running on an Android?
Or on,
And that's where I'm like,
or on Symbian,
Oh, hey now you get
a Palm OS.
Now.
oh,
So
somebody's going on Palm OS. I want the fucking telephone number because I want to congratulate them. I'm like, hey, nice job.
what do you do if you find it running on an AS400?
Curl up in a ball and just cry.
Pop that motherfucker down and go, how'd you do that?
Yeah, no shit, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I just, yeah, all right. I needed to vent, and I'm just, and if they're not, they'd be watching this, but yeah.
What language is Mimi Cats written in anyway?
Good question. Don't know off the top of my head. That's Google. Perl Python, I think. Anyway, probably.
I think it's
Well, if it's
C.
written in Python, well, then it's an interpreted language. You can run that fucker anywhere.
Right.
Hello.
But
I
if
might
it's-
be wrong.
But if it's like C, all you'd have to do is just recompile it.
Yeah, which it does. And actually, it runs on Mac. You basically get cached architectures off of Mac.
Exactly. So what the fuck? I don't understand the question still. Because no matter what language it's written on, there's probably a compiler for Mac. So you could, I mean, some functions and shit.
Windows program coded in C. All right, it is in C. And yes, they have ported it. Yeah.
I can absolutely run C on Mac.
You could run that shit on a Mac, and it's open
I
source.
know. Yeah, I know. And that's why I'm pissed. That's why I'm pissed.
So it's open source. I don't have to go find the fucking source.
Oh,
code.
wait, let's get better because your processor comment was earlier actually is quite relevant because specifically it's an x32, x64 architecture program.
Yeah, which is not an M1 chip architecture. Yeah.
The Intel chip.
The Intel chipset, I absolutely can natively execute it.
That's the only reason why I bought the MacBook with the Intel chip. So I could fuck around with shit like that.
There we go. I knew it was it. Bifrost. Bifrost. Bifrost is Mimikatz for OS X.
Okay. Yeah.
But you could easily make that yourself too.
Oh, easy enough. And that's why I'm kind of pissed. I'm like, "Argh."
For LDAP.
Anyway, we digress. I'm sorry. I was just, it's one of those where I'm fairly senior individual. And it's a ridiculously stupidly well-known company, which is kind of what's pissing me off as well.
But maybe senior in terms of number of years, but not senior in terms of skills.
And
Because
that's,
stupid fucking question.
well, and that's the other thing. It's like some of the other ones were okay. Some of them were standard scenario based. I'm like, you can send scenarios at me, but first and foremost, I don't know what architectures you have, that and that. So I'm going to go 10 different directions. Anyway, yeah, frustrated. Let's just put it that way.
Goes back to the basics. What is it? Why is it? Where is it? Who
So
is
the
it?
question, so the answer that he was looking for was, well, that's a Windows application. That can't be on a Mac. And then
Well,
he'd
no
go,
shit. At which point, God forbid, their fucking environment's being eaten.
right. And so then he'd go, exactly. Come here, peer.
Oh,
And it's like, but you're fucking wrong.
yeah, no shit. Which is, you know, in the back of my mind, I can go fucking around with hypersonic jets.
Right.
Here's another fun question. If you find it running, are you going to bother to look to see what else is running while you're being distracted by a very well-known tool in your face?
No shit. Yeah, if that's got if somebody's putting that beacon out, yeah, you're screwed elsewhere. Yeah, start ringing the bell.
Hey, Dr. Regine reminds me, there was one time, did I tell you about this? It was a pretty big incident response that I came in walking into, and I said a joke. And the joke was, they said, well, what should we do? And I said, update your resume. And I was joking, and they didn't get it as a joke. And they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I was joking. They're like, that's not funny. I'm like, all right, well then maybe you should update your resume. But I was thinking about that with Rajin. He updated his resume.
He did update his resume.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
DeVry?
Oh, does he?
Yep. And he
Well,
also
we'll hit him up. We'll make friends.
Yeah.
We'll make friends.
He has a patent.
Oh, on what?
Digital certificate, something like that.
Oh, interesting. I got to get a patent on translating InfoSec to human. Think I can patent that?
No, you can grab my compendium I did for Wiser. I remember I got all those. I have all of the stuff sitting on Wiser. You can grab that. I actually want to write a book. I'm trying to figure out. I'd love to get hold of Gabrielle and either redo it or recode it or get him to
I
work.
found a ghostwriter and get on the backside. Maybe summertime. I'm going to team up with a ghostwriter and I'm going to put out my digital human or analog human digital life.
That I want to see. I mean, you've saw the thing. I asked you if we can use that. Yeah, we could do something.
Outlook running on a Mac.
Shut it all down immediately and get out the incinerator. That's running Outlook on a Mac. Shit.
God.
That's a Microsoft application.
Yeah, you can't run Office on a Mac. At least not well.
Don't even go there. I don't want to hear it. Okay, yeah, you know what? Hang on.
Office on Windows.
Let me explain to you how wonderful my world is at the moment. Let me just pick up Activity Monitor. How much is Microsoft Excel eating at the moment? Let's have a look. Excel is eating. Word is only eating 3 gig.
Wait, do you have Chrome running? Because
hell no! I hate Chrome. Why would I put Chrome is almost as bad of a fucking polymorphic virus as Cisco's WebEx. WebEx still wins as the worst fucking polymorph out there.
Did you hear about the SAP flaw?
No, because they keep having them. What's this one?
Put out an emergency patch alert because SAP is fucking pwned.
Shit. Again. No.
And it definitely doesn't run things like the airline ticketing system.
It runs a fucking world, for God's sakes. Did that go out today?
Emergency patch order.
Oh, bless. Fucking, humans. Well, at what point will we accept the fact that your ass is going to get handed to you and just work the plan out that way?
I've been preaching shut down the egress because even if they click the link, if you tightly control your egress, guess what?
Oh, you've got better control over your DNS. I mean, it ain't perfect, but at least if you're going to get blah, 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 blah from this, DNS at least gives you do both ways. Yeah.
Yes, I'm still a fan though of choke it down to what it needs and that's it.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm
done.
Yeah.
But no, that's been my big preach lately is once I get them to a certain point in the journey, it really is let's start focusing on, because if you do it right, especially in a smaller team, you're looking at about a 2-year project to properly map your egress traffic at a large volume.
Large organization, yeah, no two ways about it. I mean, yeah, because
large organization, small staff.
Yeah, because you got quarterlies, you got end of year stuff, you got a whole bunch of other stuff that just happens. You got supply chain to deal with. You have regular business traffic. You have all the other stuff, adds, moves, and changes. What the hell is he doing? What are you doing?
Got Moses in a basket.
Fucking chucked him off the edge.
What?
Moses was a troublemaker. Chuck him off the damn balcony and be done with it. We'll start afresh with somebody new for a change. What? That looks like it should have logs or things in it to put on the fireplace.
Towels. It's the towel basket for the pool.
It's for you.
What am I?
You could actually fit in it. He could fit in it.
Yeah, I could.
You could.
No, we're not going to ruin your basket. I don't know.
Try to get in there.
You seriously want me to get in the
I
basket?
want you to try to. Yeah.
You can do it. You can actually get your legs out of one side. You could curl your. I couldn't help it. I had to say it. It just had to be said.
Threaten me with lotion. Dude, it gets in the basket.
If you get in there, I'll throw you down the hill.
No.
Lube him up, and put him in the basket.
Down the hill.
It's a well-made basket.
Oh yeah, if you mount that to one of those tea trays, you could have so much fun.
No, the road's way too cobblestoney.
It'd be fun. It adds extra. It's.
Yeah, I can fit in that.
It's extra assignment.
All right, fine. Evan's dying to see me get in this basket. Hold on, we'll go see if I can get in the basket.
Should we do it?
And where's he gone? He should be bringing the basket over here, for God's sakes.
Wow, but this is going to get fun. This is what we do. This is what we do in Mexico.
All right, hold on.
All right, he's going to get in the basket. If you get in there, I'll lift it up so people can see it.
What he needs to do is his legs are going to have to stick out of one side. You're going to get your legs out of one side. Your bum needs to be on the bottom.
I'm working on it. Hold on.
This is awesome. This is the best night ever. This is what we do in my house.
This is awesome. You're
right. This is why you need to come here.
Well, I'm the particular organization agency that I'm doing stuff for. I'm about ready to tell them to stuff it.
Yeah,
I could fit.
I'm looking at filing the paperwork to take a step back.
Whatever they're paying you, we just have to figure out a way.
They're not paying me. Oh, that's a long conversation. Yeah, don't even get me started. Jesse's pissed about the whole thing. What is he doing?
I got the basket.
You're
I'm in the basket.
not really. You're in the basket in spirit, not necessarily in completeness. That's only a half basket.
Go the other way. Go this way. Yeah, now stick your hands through there.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, here we go.
Right. Now, if you stand up and you sit down into the basket,
I just need to push him over so then he'll be upside down and then I can carry him.
we need his bum. His bum needs to be in like the base of the basket, and then he needs to have his back.
No,
Okay.
I'm fine.
He's like
Yeah. I'm as in the basket as I can get.
No, you're not. We're getting you more in the basket. We need to get you more in the basket. That's like a half basket.
Bring him handle. See, that's the problem. You take the.
Okay, so that was compliance. That was compliance. Now do security.
Oh, well, in that case.
Ouch. Ouch, but I like that.
I have no idea I was in a basket.
No, but
Oh.
I thought I saw her come
I
down.
saw the girls making loops.
They're probably wondering what the hell you're doing with the basket.
Down.
Hey, I fixed the pool today.
What was wrong with it?
So
The filter.
what do you call them? The maintenance people.
The pool guy.
For some reason, the last week, the pool started getting like cloudy. And they said, oh, it's this or oh, it's that. I'm like, fuck this. No. So then I got out the manual for the, what do you call it? Filter. And all I had to do was backwash, rinse, and now it's working.
Nice. So the filter was just dirty and messy and needed some love.
Yeah, it's one of those big sand filters. It's, pretty big, but you gotta,
Clean it off, sort it out. Otherwise, yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like a Roomba, but for the pool.
Yeah. So
Every
then
now and again, you got to pick the Roomba up, cuddle it, pet it, put it back on its stand, and clean the damn filters out.
yeah, but I've never done a pool before. So I texted the property manager. I'm like, hey, because he's the one that's responsible for these maintenance guys. Next day I fixed the pool and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry that you had to do that, whatever. I'm like, it was fun. It was cool learning about it. And he said, what did you do? And I said, well, I backwashed and rinsed, and the PSI on the thing, it's 20 PSI. And if it gets to like 28, so after you backwash, rinse, right? You basically baselined the pressure in the
Yeah.
filter.
Yep.
And if it gets to 6 to 8 pounds per square inch above that, it's an indication it needs to be backwashed again. Right?
Yeah, so it's building up because it can't actually maintain a steady flow through the thing. Yeah, shit. Same thing with cars.
Right.
It's screwed up. You can't get enough air in. All of a sudden, you're running lean. You blow the thing. It ain't pretty.
No. And so I told him, this is what I did and this is what I learned. And he's like, thanks. I'll tell the guys. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing?
Not much, apparently.
A longer conversation.
We also modified and upgraded the shower heads.
We did do that. We hacked the shower.
Explain. Explain. Talk to me about this.
So somewhere in the mid 90s, there was a law passed.
Oh,
Had to be sold with a water restrictor.
Yeah, no more than two.
Because this house has amazing water pressure. And so after a slight modification, you can now feel the dirt leaving your skin.
Oh shit, I love that. We have the same thing. So Colorado, Boulder, and Denver have got the same thing. But there are ways to work with that, shall we say? Yes. Oh God, yeah. A proper shower that actually I will not and cannot and will not discuss the potential workaround solutions that have been implemented and integrated into this household. But yes, the
it's not illegal.
2 gallons. Two
Tag on the
gallons.
mattress, bro. It's
not
like
illegal.
the tag on the mattress.
Not illegal.
You can't tear that shit off when it's in the store, but the minute it becomes yours,
Yeah.
right? Same thing.
So it's interesting. It is and it isn't. The mattress, you're right, but the water flow, there's some really interesting laws. US side, there's some really interesting laws about water flow, water usage. Like up until recently in Colorado, you weren't allowed to collect your own rainwater.
Oh, really?
It didn't belong to you. It wasn't yours. You could not collect and store and use your own rainwater. It wasn't yours.
Fuck Colorado.
There are some weird things out there. Yeah, because we used to do it to water the garden years ago.
Then y'all legalized weed and everybody got thirsty. So now you can have all the rainwater you want.
Rainwater and Cheetos.
Right?
Quite possibly, yeah.
That's
Quite
stoner
possible.
high right there.
Eat them up.
There's border wars. Oh,
It can't just be the regular Cheetos.
there's border wars going on here between Colorado and Nebraska. There's some interesting stuff going on between the two states. Yeah, it's some interesting stuff. Water is becoming that one commodity we knew it was going to be.
Hellbent on banning flavored tobacco. So city by city, there's no flavors, no mints, no grapes, no nothing.
Well, I mean, because it encourages the young kids to pick it up and they don't realize what they're doing and they don't get the nasty. No, what is
I
it?
don't know if you've met the young kids. They have no interest in smoking cigarettes or anything. They love their vapes.
Oh yeah, those things are fucking. I mean, ugh.
Do it up.
Yeah, and of course, apparently we had another incident.
We had another incident
in Minneapolis. I guess there's been some.
What the hell happened up there now?
They keep using black people for target practice.
Ah, shit. Seriously? Have they not actually learned at the moment that doesn't end well? Half of fucking Minneapolis gets burnt.
I don't know the story. I got some texts from people and I'm like,
he just jumped to conclusions and called some shit out.
All right, I'm Googling it while you two are sitting on the couch cuddling. Let's find out what the hell's going on.
Sitting on the couch and
yeah.
All right, so
which was
police officers were serving a warrant and
no knock
warrant, right? Which there's lots of controversy around no knock warrants, but no knock warrant. But you can only get a no knock warrant if you're a serious fucking criminal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're just going to give a no knock warrant to come into my house,
right?
So you got to be a pretty bad dude or a pretty bad lady or a pretty bad somebody to get a no knock warrant. And so they did serve their no knock warrant. I think 3-4 cops go into the house, and the way the no knock warrant works is you have a key, you unlock the door, and as you open the door, that's when you announce. And so they did that.
You have a battering ram, and you open the door. And
but they had the key on this one.
Okay.
So they had the key, and the dude was asleep on the couch.
Was this the kid that had the gun next to him? It was asleep with his gun.
So he drew the gun.
Yeah.
And the cop shot him. So, it's not like target practice, but it is, what the fuck? I mean, there's a lot of things wrong, but no knock warrant. The dude was a really bad dude to begin with. I mean, it's like, fuck, I don't know. There's two sides to everything. I mean, it sucks when anybody loses their life, but
it's tough because I mean, I hate to say it, your instant reaction, my instant fight and flight.
Bill, you drew a gun on a police officer, regardless
of
whether or not you knew that the police officer.
But I put myself in that situation, and if you come into my house, you
wouldn't have a no-knock warrant.
Well, I wouldn't. No.
Okay, so if you had a no-knock warrant, then I mean, if you're going to truly put yourself in his
all right, fair enough. Yeah, I try to avoid doing things that get us, but we hang with this guy, so who knows if I'm going to get a no-knock warrant?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. So, yeah, you're screwed. You're screwed.
Except if they come in, they ain't going to be shooting. They're going to come in with the hood.
And the problem is there's a case to be made on both sides, and what's broken is the system, not the police officer.
Right.
And who's going to be, strung up is going to be the police officer because he's a racist cop. And I don't think there was any no-knock warrants are.
I don't think there was any racial motivation in it at all.
Yeah.
And yes, I was a little inflammatory in my choice of language, but I'm also getting fucking fed up.
No, I'm getting tired
with the brokenness of the system.
But here's the thing, like the whole fucking system, I'm an accountability nut. There's no fucking accountability for anybody. I mean, how many times do you have to go in and out of jail before we're like, all right, we're going to kind of either keep you locked up forever or just.
Well, it used to be, I thought it used to be 3 strikes and you're out. That seems to have.
Only for certain crimes.
Well, that seems to be the case. And again, I hate to say it, if you're at the stage of life's decisions where you're getting a no-knock warrant issued against you, the chances are you visited, those establishments a number of times. So your life choices are probably called into question. Now, is the establishment broken that has made you come in and out of there a bunch of times? So fucking absolutely. So you got issues on that side of it. You got a whole bunch of other stuff.
I wish we'd focus on fixing, or at least encouraging the fixing of what's broken. The families are broken.
Yeah.
Communities are broken.
The
There's no
communities
incentive
especially.
to actually build things, work on things. Instead, we just, here's more money, here's more money, here's more money. That's not fixing the fucking problem.
No.
You have to give them skills, give them self-esteem, do something, build something that is good.
Okay, so here's an interesting thing. And just talking through this occurs to me. You go through a security breach. We typically go and we take a step back and we go, what lessons did we learn? What actually affected what was the initiation point of that breach? Agreed?
Yeah.
In humans, we don't do that. The perfect example, this no-knock warrant. Okay, we have somebody else who's freaking dead because of what? What caused that? What was the trigger point for that? Was it life choices?
And here's the frustrating part about it, because I agree with you. I know where you're kind of heading with this.
Yeah.
Solve the fucking problem. But the politicians don't want to solve the fucking problem. That's the problem, right? Take the border shit, right? That is such a fucking easy problem to solve.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to.
Well, I think the meme said it best, right? It's the pharmaceutical meme, and I think it applies to the politicians, and I think it applies to our industry.
Are you going to use
money in a cure?
It's true.
Well, hang on. What was the one you were going to say?
There's no money in a cure.
Yeah. So what was it? A cured patient is a lost customer.
Yep.
Yeah, that's I keyed in on that this last week. Somebody said it, I saw it, whatever it was. This last week I keyed on it. I'm like, holy shit. And in our industry, yeah, it ain't and then
Well, and I think the same for the politicians, right? If I fix society's problems, then what's my value?
Well, that's it. I mean, think about it. Why would I not want to solve the problems? And in my theory, the reason why you don't want to fix the problem with, not minorities, immigrants.
Yeah,
illegal immigrants, because it is
Sure.
illegal. I mean, illegal is not a bad word. It's the fact that you didn't follow the law. So whatever the fuck, you
Right.
can twist it however you want. But so the immigrants come into the country, whatever. The reason why they don't want to solve that problem is because they don't view them as people. Every one of those immigrants is not a person, not a family. It's a vote. So if I can convince you that I'm on your side, you will vote for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's the same thing with the inner city. It's the same thing with, let's say that I'm giving you welfare, right? I'm paying your bills for you, basically. You're probably going to vote for me because if you vote for the other guy, he's going to take away that money.
Well, and I think
so instead of solving the problem, right?
Well, and there's money in it too. Okay, so if I'm the politician, dirty politician, devil's advocate here, not me really. This is my beliefs. But if I'm the dirty politician, I'm going to go ahead and hold some stock in the privatized prison company that I've hired to build little cages down at the border so that I can hold people and charge the government gajillions of dollars to hold these people. Same thing in the inner city. Excuse me. I'm going to advocate for mass incarceration, and I'm going to use the privatized prisons.
Oh yeah, there's money on every
And
side.
I'm going to make a fucking fortune. And then I'm also going to own the transport company that leases the vans. And I'm also going to own, and I'm going to hold this, and I'm going to hold that, and I'm going to get the commissary money, and I'm going to get this and this and this. And before you know it, I've made $1 billion by literally not touching the problem.
Right, exactly. And I think it takes people with that critical thinking skills to actually see that you're not solving the fucking problem.
But I'm a profit off it like a motherfucker.
Right. Well, and the people that I think either lack the ability to think critically or just rush to judgment. I mean, we do that so often nowadays. You just kind of rush to judgment. They're not even going to notice that that's your game.
Right. Well, and the same thing's happening in our industry right now.
True.
You know damn well they know that AI don't work. If they're worth a shit as an
What about
engineer.
blockchain? That's the shit, right?
Oh, I mean, put it all in the blockchain. I'm gonna get the
I actually
blockchain.
have a little bit of blockchain over here. I saved some. after
Did
dinner.
you? I coughed up a blockchain earlier. I'm gonna get a little blockchain tattooed on me here.
Yeah. But this
Don't
one-
don't forget to run it through a quantum algorithm to ensure the integrity of the inevitable.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Were they doing bobos on blockchain too down at the pharmacy?
They were giving out bobos. They're not selling chain to a block.
Oh God, help us.
Yeah, you do enough of those 2 for what? Those bobos down there.
Dude, I'm gonna go
You'll
to
start
Home
believing
Depot.
it.
I'm gonna buy a pallet of cinder blocks and 100 foot of chain and tie them together. Here's your blockchain. He asked me what the blockchain is. I'm just gonna fucking hand him a brick. I'm just gonna wrap cinder blocks in chain and just go, here's a blockchain, and here's a blockchain.
And you get a blockchain.
And you get up. Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
get a
open the
blockchain.
shit.
You get a blockchain and you seriously, actually, I hate to say it. So
You have to put the chain around your neck.
no, color code. No. Color code. You need Lego. Holy shit, we can make a business out of this.
Shit.
Lego blocks and chains. All right. This is going up on the fucking on the bloody
Wait, no, we can't fuck with Lego, man. I'm trying to do something there.
no, screw it. We'll be fine. We'll buy blocks and we'll put little chains on them. We'll make this work, but we'll figure this out.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I like
I know.
Lego bricks and some chain, wrap it up. Oh, I like it.
We're gonna be rich.
Different color ones, and we'll come out with not just will we come out with different color ones. Every now and again, we'll do special ones. So we'll do limited edition ones where we'll only do like 100 of them or 1,000 of them. Fuck yeah, hell, we're doing this. Somebody patent the hell out of this bullshit. I mean, this is a marvelous idea.
There's the quote of the night. Somebody patting the hell out of this bullshit.
That's a sticker.
Yeah. That one's gone up on the sticker list.
I want that on a shirt.
Patting the hell out of
Oh,
this
this bullshit. That's pretty good, Chris. I like that one.
It's been one of those days. Oh, good. I'm going to open up Microsoft PowerPoint. It'll take another 2 gigabytes of memory.
Why would you be pissed?
Well, because I got shit I got to do. I want to stay here, but I got shit I got to do.
Go digital, dog. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Seriously, I really want to come down there. Fuck it to stuff I need to. I'm just going to come down and stay down there. You might just have to put up with me.
Jam. It's the
Right?
jam.
What is not good about here?
I feel better when I'm here. I think better when I'm here. I sleep better when I'm here. I eat better when I'm here. I get exercise that I don't normally get.
There's nothing I don't like about this place. Actually, I thought about something today. I forgot what it was. Oh, the fucking internet. But I'm the mayor getting
Right.
fiber.
So that's getting
That's
solved.
solved. So yeah. I
No,
got
it's
nothing.
it's good. It's good.
We made a deal that is minimum quota for coming down here per year is 4.
Yep.
For what?
Four
times.
trips a year minimum.
Oh, damn. That's cool. That's a forced function, and I like it. I think it's net for you. I think it's necessary. Actually, probably for both of you, to be honest, but for you especially, it's necessary.
Yeah.
It's your quota.
And I'll be here more than that. But yeah.
So he's got
it's-
1. Well, that's quota. You can always exceed
Right.
quota. But if you fall short of quota,
Well,
there's consequences.
I can't. I already had the conversation with the wife because she's like, "Well, I can't go that often." I was like, "Yeah, that really sucks for you, doesn't it?"
Well, like
Love you, honey,
but
but-
like we said,
Give me time.
Security
And
Studio is accelerating.
It is.
Continue the acceleration. That means there's more money for salary.
well, and in very short order, we're gonna make a very big public announcement, more public than we've already made, which is we've driven the cost of vulnerability scanning down to damn near nothing. Continuous vulnerability
Is there
scanning.
nudity?
Yep. For less than the
I'll buy it.
cost of a single scan. All year. Continuous every 5 minutes.
You get a scan. And
Yep.
you get a scan. And you get a scan.
And then we got some other stuff coming.
Oh, there's a lot
It's
of
even
shit.
better.
Nice. That makes me happy. Really, really happy. I'm glad.
Solving problems, man.
We're taking away the so we've got a business continuity, business impact analysis, fill in the blank template. that is being, if you send me an email, I'll send you a copy. We'll have it published in the
Did you
next
build
couple
it?
of weeks. I built it using other people's brilliance.
That's what consultants do. That's what all consultants do.
I
You
collaborated.
take this awesomeness, that awesomeness, that awesomeness, you put it together and they're like, and everybody's like,
That's
You're-
Dave. I mean, that's the Dave box. I mean, it's the same thing. I was talking to another company about this the other day, and they're like, "You guys are doing cool stuff." I'm like, "No, we've just basically built it with some of the best ways of doing it at the scale we need to. You know, we have the ability to do A, B. Yeah, it's just this shit ain't rocket science."
no, we were talking with another company. What was that, last week? Were you supposed to have something ready for him this week, the end of this week?
Yeah, I have work to do.
Okay, good.
Given current personal circumstances, it'll get done over the next few days. But yes,
You do when you get it done. But there's a company that we're integrating with. It's the next company we're integrating with, and we might actually acquire them. We're not sure, but that's kind of the same thing that I would love to do for Dave, man, is figure out a way that we can, because I don't give a shit about equity. I don't give, I mean, it's, when I say acquire, it's like, it's more like, here, use all our resources, use our development team, use our stuff, and you keep the money, because I don't want it. You know, but I want to do something like that with Dave, potentially.
Well, we've talked a little bit. I think, I mean, I will never turn down that collaboration. I would love to see it happen. I know we've talked about it, and I know you guys have been busy with it. So I've made choices. You gone.
So Uma,
Yeah.
a lot more involved in things we're doing. So we're closing loops.
Okay.
Who's Uma?
Uma,
Thurman?
nope.
Uma's good people.
Uma's good people.
Yeah, very good people, actually. I'm actually, yeah.
Or rather his team.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Uma's good people.
Helping Chris out with some stuff, and
Yeah, people tell me stuff.
he's got skills, man. He's a very, very, very
We're
smart
doing
man.
something with Uma?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Sweden.
Oh, Sweden's Uma.
Yeah, so is
Nice.
India.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
I like to work with good people, and when I find good people, I go out of my way to try to connect dots.
Yeah.
I got a CISO of one of the major sports leagues to agree to volunteer to be a CISO to K-12.
That's actually pretty fucking fantastic.
Wait, they're not in business.
No, they're not. They're not one of the big.
They used to be the National American or North American Soccer League. Had the Minnesota Kicks. Do you remember the Minnesota Kicks?
I don't.
Minnesota Kicks are a professional soccer team in Minnesota, obviously. They played, must have been mid-'80s. If you Google it, NASL or Minnesota Kicks.
Amy loves soccer.
My favorite player was
It's not soccer, it's football, you bunch of bloody inbred colonials. Yes. It's football.
One's
Ball,
round.
that's football with football.
Yeah,
Football.
I watch them kick it through the goalposts all the time.
No, that's rugby with shoulder pads.
There's no goalposts in rugby that I've seen.
There is.
Oh,
there?
what? Are you serious? Yes, there bloody are. Of course, they're goalposts.
I've never seen clips of dudes in piles like beating the shit out of you. Never actually watched a whole
posts.
game.
2 posts, exactly, with the crossbar, and you cross it over for the extra. Yeah, it's kind of like your rugby, but we play it with men. Not.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take you down to the field and you go repeat that.
Oh, I will. I'll take my beating for it, but I will. I mean, they'll have to get themselves shotted up first and look pretty, and they'll have to pose, and they'll have to put it up on Twitter. 3 of them will get arrested on the way down for drug charges. 2 of them will get done for abuse charges as they come towards me. They'll be fine. No worries about it. Meanwhile, our proper rugby people will be sitting there chewing their fucking ears off.
My son played American football and rugby. He loves rugby.
Rugby's the proper way of doing it.
Yeah.
Seriously, none of this fucking bloody, oh, I'm sorry, you can't touch that person. Fuck you. Your ass is grass. End of conversation. When you got the ball, you're fair game.
Except for above the waist.
They've changed the rules in that case, because we take ribs out. I've broken ribs because of rugby numerous times.
Actually, yeah, you can. little bit.
Neck. It's neck. You're not allowed to. I mean, yeah, collaring somebody is still not allowed. Chewing on ears is perfectly acceptable. I mean, good God, the amount of times I got my ears chewed on and I nibbled on people's ears in a ruck or in a scrum. Oh, hell yeah. It's fair game.
And I love how rugby is so competitive, but they always show like the utmost respect for the sir. That's the referee.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. You otherwise, yeah.
And
Because
then
normally the ref is a former rugby player and will beat the crap out of you either there or at the pub afterwards.
well, they take like zero tolerance, right? I mean, they'll get you out of the game. And then I also love how after the game, I mean, they're super competitive, fighting the whole game, blood, whatever. After the game, they're all hanging out, eating barbecue, drinking beers, being best buddies.
And you shake afterwards. End of conversation. Yeah.
So much in that game.
Yeah. It's I miss it, but I don't, because I mean when I played it for a while fairly competitively, and the camaraderie is good, but it takes a toll on the body. It really takes a toll. And then you make a choice. It's like, do I want to keep going down the military path, or do I want to keep nursing broken ribs? You really, all sorts of interesting stuff.
Actually, John Herman used to play on, I think, Team USA.
Really?
Holy shit.
Crazy.
I don't know if it was seven. It was, rugby.
Yeah, rugby sevens is still rugby. That's faster. Buggers have got to move faster. That one's quick paced.
I'm guessing he wasn't playing sevens, just based on his size.
So how many of those guys do you think are in it for the love of the game?
All of them. Yeah, all of them. I mean, the rugby players don't get paid like football players.
Yeah, I mean, big difference. Football, English football players are paid at a similar rate as American football players. Prima donna bullshit.
I wonder if it's because we don't burn down our stadiums after the game. Maybe we should try it more. Is that?
No,
We've only done that occasionally.
Is that
Ish.
damn Canadians and when the hockey's over?
We just riot in the cities, not in the stadiums.
Yeah.
Well, down here is gangland stuff.
Here,
Yeah.
nothing here.
Well, not here, but in Mexico, like they're a
By
lot
the
more,
border, yeah.
a lot more serious about it. But
So-
Brazil, I hear, is like way off.
I
the
wouldn't
chain.
go to Brazil. Yeah, Brazil's fucked up. They got really bad shit going on down there. But all right, so for the love of the game,
Yep.
I think we all clear on why we're playing the game?
I know why I play it every day.
Because
And I know it makes it easier to get out of bed every day because I know why I'm playing it.
as long as people keep getting taken advantage of, I always have a job because that's what motivates me.
Mhm.
Kind of hard to disagree there. Yeah, the same thing. I want to affect change. Even for me, it's even if people just ask one more freaking question. If I've managed to get people to do that, I'll go to peace happily. At least this time around. Next time around, I want to do a few other things, but we'll work on it.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
And I feel like we're making progress. I mean, I don't know. Some days, are worse than others. Some days it's like, fuck. But then, you have a little glimmer of hope here or there. Maybe it's an email somebody sent you that, thank you for this, it made a difference or, whatever. And then that just kind of motivates you for the next day. It's like fuel.
Yeah.
I'm going to be intrigued as to whether we fall off the cliff or whether machines turn up first. So that'll be interesting. It'll be in our lifetimes as long as we don't croak a little too early, but we'll see. I'm intrigued to see where it goes.
6 months, cold fusion.
Did you see speaking same, did you see pain in the ass? They just broke the record for fusion reactor yesterday, day before they announced it.
Correct. 6 months. Yeah. I'm calling it right now.
We'll see.
I'm right.
I'll be in Mexico. I don't care.
What I'm going to be curious is who's going to control and monetize the unlimited energy that could be freely given away and solve all the world's problems, and how much you want to bet
Gates.
that they're going to fucking charge.
No, he's not in on.
Oh, he'll get in on it.
Yeah, it's just software running it. Probably we're all fucked. Windows NT4 is running all the industrial control shit.
XP.
It's CE.
Windows Me.
Oh, that's not pretty.
What a turd that thing was.
Windows Me.
Oh God. Well,
Oh, me was just me. Me was done by your little buddy from like down under in the hot place. That's where that shit came from.
Yeah, Windows Me was. It was so obvious too that the only reason why they released that was just so they could have a release.
Yeah.
yes. Well, I think they changed the loading screen and maybe the tray.
Yeah, the loading screen. What's that, Gina?
It wasn't pretty. Good grief, that was. I remember I might even still have the damn thing. I remember having that on one of those. I had one of those little, it's like a little thing with a keyboard, a little pop-up screen. It had Windows ME on it, and it was. I managed to get it running with one of those gold cards. You remember the PCMCI gold cards?
Oh yeah.
I had that running with that. That was actually kind of fun. That was an interesting little beastie. I managed to break into a few places with that.
Did somebody win your Windows NT?
I gave it to because the auction had already happened, and so I just gave it to ILF to put up in the next one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, remind me, we need to have a conversation about ILF and some stuff they got going on. In April, there's a whiskey tasting in Kentucky. So we'll have that conversation.
Nashville in April. So depending on the
What's going on Nashville?
timing, National Cozen Conference, where they will be releasing their cybersecurity plan, which may or may not include the first step being taking us to school.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's really cool. You guys rock.
Free version.
Free.
You guys are awesome.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, buddy. You just wait.
I know. And I'm
I've been brewing and cooking stuff. You just a few more weeks. I got a couple hurdles to knock over. One of them, I'm gonna get out my scythe.
Depends where I land. That is the upside. If I landed somewhere interesting, then it's going to be a conversation going. I has monies. I want to giz to you so that you can do good things. End of conversation. Yeah.
I'm all for it, my friend. Well,
behind the scenes, we'll still build Dave. Behind the scenes, Dave is still planned out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I got called from a VP, senior VP of a very well-known electronics manufacturer who happened to listen to the show. May be listening right now.
Nice.
Him and I talk again, but he called me up and he said, it took me 1.5 years, but I want you to know that our company's official position in writing, when it comes to K-12, when it comes to underserved and local government, we will do the right thing for the right reason, even if it means no profit. And this is a household name.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's kudos to that person. Pass it on for the rest of us, please. Like, seriously, please make sure that gets passed on.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
You keep doing it because you tip one and then you can tip two, and the offer stands. Anybody who wants to.
Patience than me. You got more patience than me. I'm you know me. Your way's going to win out in the end, I know, but I'll still pile up some bodies along the way.
That's right. We're going to bring you along for the win, man.
You got it. This year is all about removing excuses and barriers.
And close.
Yep. I want to make admin controls turnkey by the end of the year.
That would be nice.
Admin controls turnkey.
Yep.
By the end of the year.
Yep. So if you don't know how, that's fine. Here's the exact prescription. Follow it to the letter. If you know better, here's your starting point. Modify as you see fit.
The other thing I would love to get done this year, my other wish list for this year, and I'm saying it out loud because I actually want to do it, so we'll figure out how to do it. So 1.5 years ago, did some work for Calypso AI, and we basically came up with this list of questions to ask people if they're like, hey, I've got an AI solution. Here's 19, 20 questions to ask people. What I would love to have is the same kind of compendium, the compendium I did for Wiser, but for I'm thinking of buying a firewall, IDS, IPS, DLP, EDR, EDP, XDR, fucking shit. Here are the 10 things I want to ask this vendor. I want it out there. I want there now to be no fucking registerable shit. I want it out and I want people to know about it, because every single time somebody comes and says, hey, I've got a solution, I want that person to Google, I've got the answers.com, whatever the fuck it is, and go, okay, motherfucker, question one. And those keep evolving because those arseholes will actually realize the questions, but they evolve. I want that out there somewhere so that we can actually help people.
Send me the list and
Yeah.
I'll,
Well, what we're building, and this has been the vision for Security Studio for a while. It's can never keep up. The ideas flow faster than they can code. That's just life. But understanding that information security is risk management, right?
Mhm.
Hopefully, to manage risk, I must do an assessment, whether you like it or not. What we're going to build into the tool eventually is, okay, you have these risks, and then you go through the risk decision-making process, right? And then it'll be a list of products that will solve these issues with a budget, but based on your size. Does it actually fucking work? Does it actually address these fucking risks? So you won't need to necessarily ask these questions. We'll already have that built in. So it'll be like, go buy this to solve these 10 risks.
Mhm.
A lot of the risks that you have won't be solvable with technology because the scale is so far tipped because we always
Yeah.
treat it as technology that you got to get that shit back up this way. But to your point, man, I mean, building that into, so you make it just easy. If I make a risk, all these risk decisions, just give me a fucking shopping list.
Right.
Here's my budget. Is it approved? Yeah, it's approved because it's based on fucking risk. It'll move our score from this to that. Yeah, it's approved. And then you go buy the shit. So then you start cutting away at the marketing crap. You get bombarded by marketing. Well, it's not on my fucking list. Sorry. I don't have budget for
Yeah.
AI laser cats with
Crown
invisible
strike.
processes.
Cloud Strike.
Clouds.
No, I get it. I think that's it. It's that affecting change. Goes back to that. I want to affect change. Again, want people to ask questions.
Right.
And we'll get there. I think you're right. People are, everybody's getting fed up of all the emails coming in. Everybody's getting fed up of being chased. Everybody's fed up of the tactics. Everybody wants to take a little bit more control of their world and their environment. And to do that, we just need to enable them to be able to do it and do it in an effective way. Kind of simple. Famous last words.
We want to have somebody who actually has
Step
their
one,
back.
unplug half the shit.
Yeah.
Dear God, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's about having their back, and that's a big part of it too, right? And I can tell you, there's a vendor that I basically have to fire from a client because the vendor provided a solution that the client cannot extract value from. They're paying an exorbitant amount of money for this solution. If anything, it's increasing their risk, not decreasing it. And when the vendor was put into a corner and said, look, you have to simplify this swirling turd so we can get some value out of it. I just got the update that they're busy trying to upsell the client on moving to a higher tier of service and then blaming their infrastructure for the poor performance of their shit configuration.
Oh.
Turd of a software. I just, well, I had commented, you saw there was a LinkedIn deal about the cringeworthy, right?
Yep.
So we can do better. When he comes back, we'll wrap up.
Yeah, because it's getting on a bit. We're doing it's good. It's been a good conversation.
Great. And yes, we have to get you down here. And yes, it's as good as the pictures, but better. And I got a couple fun ones I'll post to Twitter. I think you'll get a kick out of.
Tag me in them. I'll try to keep an eye out for them, but shoot me a note as well or something. You know the deal.
For sure. You know me. Me and social media the less I'm on it, the happier I seem to be. But it's counterintuitive to my need to get the message out. So I hired a PR lady.
Good way of doing it. That'll work. Yep.
Actually, I got an article coming out in EdTech magazine coming out here in just a little bit. And I'm going to be putting out 5 articles a month now.
That's awesome.
You know how I do it. So it's going to actually help. It's going to be actionable information. And the call stands. If you don't have it and you want it, send it to me and let's see what we can make happen. But simple stuff like paperwork should no longer stand in the way. I'm tired of everybody gouging for paperwork.
That's
what
me
I
part
mean
of
when I
my
say
frustration. It's part of the frustration with HHS. That's why I'm taking the step back.
So
We'll
it's
deal
really-
with it. We'll deal with it differently.
really, really cool stuff.
What
Like,
stuff?
all the cool stuff that we can't talk about yet, but I promise it's super cool.
Good.
Driving the cost of security down,
No,
simplifying it,
spending money wisely? That's
or
insanity.
in some
Stop talking
cases,
craziness.
not having to spend it at all.
What?
Because it's better invested in training your employee than it is in
Right.
a stupid tool.
I can't wait till we have the data because we're working on it to try to figure out the data. Like you can reduce risk by 60% without spending a dime.
Yep. So we're
Cool.
gonna get there. We're gonna
I'm
get
planning
there.
on kicking. I want to put build an architecture to put wiser training into the Dave box. Build it in. We see these risks. We see this. Here's where we recommend you go do some stuff.
You should check out handllc.net.
Okay.
Check that out. That's a guy I'm
He's
working
coming
with.
down here someday.
Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told him to come to my house and said, okay.
Good. So he's a guy that reached out and said, I want to help make a difference in this world. And he said, I don't know how. Here's my skill set. What can you help me with? And what I want you to check out is the service description
Oh, different. guy.
breakdown. Yep.
Oh, I know Matt. Yeah.
He's
Duh.
part of the circle now.
Circle.
I didn't know that.
Do the right thing.
Sound.
Yeah, I know Matt. Oh my gosh, yeah, Matt's good people. He's good human.
Yep. So he's in the club. He's helping with the K-12 stuff.
Do the right-
Nice. Well, maybe we'll have to have a talk. We'll figure it out.
Did right.
All right. So I love this game.
What game?
I love the game of protecting people and fighting bullshit bad guys, whether they're other vendors or whether they're cyber criminals.
Well, here's the fact, man. And the logic is always held true. I love logic, right? Because it never fucking lies to me. The logic is you do the right thing, you sleep well at night.
Mhm.
When I do sleep, I do fucking sleep. And when I do, I sleep well.
Mhm.
I did a good job today. I helped somebody. I'm on the right path, whatever. That shit's like super important. And then the other thing that's always proven true is if you focus on the mission, you'll make money. If you focus on the money, you won't make the mission.
Right.
So always stay focused on the mission. You know, being blessed with a house like this, being blessed with, the things we get to be blessed with, has never been motivated by money. This wasn't the motivation. The motivation was helping people. And you do end up making money. And I encourage anybody, I don't give a shit if this is like day one in the industry for you, or this is day 50, 500, whatever, 5,000 in the industry. Focus on the mission. What's your fucking purpose in this industry?
Mhm.
If your purpose is to make money, I don't want you here.
Right.
If that's your primary purpose, sorry, you're part of the problem. If your primary purpose is to help people, to do good, to fix issues, whatever, those are noble purposes. And I want to embrace that. And if you are one of those people, reach out to us, become part of the fucking circle,
Seriously.
and you'll make money. Trust me, you will.
We're gonna take you places.
So that's my, kind of call to action is do some self-reflection, figure out why you are in this fucking game. If you're in this game and it's against us,
Good luck.
yeah, I got a couple calls to make tonight.
Only one. Only
Like-
one.
I have two now.
There you got two. Make a third one. Tell me the coordinates. I got it covered.
That's why, and these Thursday nights are so therapeutic for me because you guys validate me. Sometimes you wonder if you're fucking crazy because it does feel like sometimes it's you against the world. And when you get together with other people who think like you, who are in this for the right reasons, you realize that I'm not alone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love you guys. I love the fact that we're fighting a good fight together, and I'll keep fighting. I would never let you guys down. You guys are my brothers.
I got the ammo. I'm happy to pass it along. It's kind of how it works.
Well, I'll throw some haymakers over the next few weeks and
Yeah.
take this fight into round 3.
When we go through hard times too in this industry, I know, Chris, you've had some rough.
A few challenges.
Right. I mean, and yours are more recent than I think mine, and probably more recent than some of yours. You have some as well. I seem to be kind of in this pretty smooth sailing place right now. But I'll tell you,
May that continue.
price was fucking paid, man. I mean, I lost my house when we started FR Secure. I, suffered a number of health issues. There were times when 5 kids in the house, 1 car, while we were losing the house. So, I mean, you have these tough times, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel as long as you stay focused. What you're here for.
Yep.
I love it. And I love all of you. Thank you everyone for
Thanks everybody for hanging out. This is a good one.
stuff. Hopefully you had a good time tonight. I know we did.
I always do. I love you guys.
It was a good evening and I appreciate it. Thanks guys, definitely.
I'm gonna give you a holler offline. I got a few things to catch up with you on and some other stuff I want to loop you in on. So
Deal.
we'll do the damn thing.
Yep. You guys take care. Enjoy the rest of the time down there. I want to see pictures. You know the deal.
Will do.
Oh, pictures. I got pictures. All right.
I don't want your pictures. Your pictures scare me. I like his pictures.
I can't wait for you to come down here, man. I would encourage you to do whatever you can to get down here sometime.
I'll work on it. It might take a while. I already looked into the paperwork. The paperwork is a lengthy process, but we'll work on it. And then I need to, again, for me, it's a risk conversation. I just got to figure it out.
We would rip this place up and the diving. You and I
Oh,
go diving
dude,
3-4 times.
I might, truthfully, I might just come in via the beach. That might just be the simplest, easiest method to be perfect. I can leave by the beach.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can see it from here.
Hey, I forgot to tell you, I went diving last week and I heard the whales.
Oh, no way. Oh.
There were 4 whales in the bay here.
Sperm
So
whales, right?
you have the big bay of Banderas Bay, and then you have the small Miss Maloya Bay, which is the town that we live in,
Yeah.
right at the mouth of the bay today. I wish I was diving. I wish I would have been out there, but I had shit to do.
Oh, that's just absolutely. Yeah, I've only gotten to, I've gotten in the water once or twice. We're up in Scotland and we had to be a little bit careful on that one, but we were in Belize, we're in Gibraltar and they had dolphins and whales out in the bay and we got in the bay. I have not heard them, got to see them. And that was a fantastic, I only got to see them once. That was a fantastic sight, but dolphins a bunch of times because we were out and they'd love it hanging out with the ships, but actually hearing them. Yeah, that's crazy freaking special. Like seriously, that's fucking awesome.
I had no idea what it was. And then we got done with the dive and I asked Gustavo, what the fuck was that noise? He goes, that was the whales. And I'm like, are you shitting me? He's like, yeah. I'm like, fuck, let's go diving. Give me another tank. Let's go back.
Oh, that's awesome. That is, that's, oh, I recognize that watch.
Yeah. Well, you have the same one on currently?
I have my Elliot Brown on, yeah. You have, which one do you have? I can't remember. Do you get Elliot or you got you got the Seal one? You got Seal Foundation.
Still one.
You got Seal Foundation. Yeah, you got the acceptable naval use only one.
I took this diving. I actually used it for its purpose.
I will bloody well hope it worked okay, all things considered. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really pleased. I'm glad. Evan, you have to get you hooked up with something. I have something planned, but we'll deal with it.
I have a night dive on Saturday.
I always get nervous when you say that stuff.
You're nervous. He's your friend.
Well, he is my friend, but he said he's cooking something. Last time he said that, I get a text about my wife getting a back injury lifting a box.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You gotta lift with your legs.
Yeah, see, there we go. Exactly.
Love you, sir.
We'll have a conversation. All right, we'll catch you guys later. Take care. Enjoy. Have fun. Send pictures.
All right, brother.